sections.
And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Braemar Arena, home of the Section 2AA semifinals. We have high school hockey streaming live and online here, audio only, featuring the Chaska Hawks and the Eden Prairie Eagles. The Hawks enter this game with an 18-7-0 regular season record. They picked up their win against the I was saying, I got it all screwed up there, Bert Archer. I was going to start thinking about the Holy Family Catholic Fire, who are next. I was going to talk about that game, but then we taking a minute talking. Anyway, in the Section 2AA, the Chaska Hawks found their way to the tournament with their win over the Shakopee Sabres. And meanwhile, the Eden Prairie Eagles finished off the Chanhassen Storm in very efficient manner as they picked up the win to play here in the semifinals. Something that's not unfamiliar to the Eden Prairie Eagles, as they, Bart, have done that quite a bit throughout their tenure, and Lee Smith's teams have always been ready to go when it matters most. And they're taking on a very talented Chaska Hawk team led by Dave Snuggerud, a couple of NHLers on the benches on each side. And Dave Snuggerud does such a good job. Of course, he has his Breakaway Academy school, one of the solid schools in the West Metro, in the classroom and on the ice, with Paul Ranheim, who's on the Eden Prairie bench, serving as one of his lead coaches at the school. So there's a lot of familiarity on the coaching side of things for these two teams. But, when it really comes down to it, it's who makes the fewest mistakes, who stays out of the box, whose power play works, and really whose goaltender plays the best.
Well, I don't disagree with that at all, Pete. I think smart, intelligent hockey is going to win this game. Just limit the turnovers as best you can. You have to govern your emotions. I think we're getting into the area now where emotions really kind of play into it. They see the finality of the season if they lose. They see the rewards if they win, so they have to keep the proper perspective. I think they have to be responsible with the puck. Efficient in your zone, win the battles. I mean, there's so many different layers and factors that work into section semifinal games that, your game tightens up. You want to play your best hockey this time of year, and I think both teams are doing that. But this one promises to be a great afternoon contest. Two very equally matched teams with a lot of skill and a lot of nice talent in the right position, so it promises to be a real nice game today.
The Eden Prairie Eagles have taken to the ice right now as they'll be the visiting team as the number 3 seed. They'll be wearing their red sweaters with black shoulder trim and white trim throughout, with their familiar EP and the eagle in the middle of it. Meanwhile, the Chaska Hawks in their gold uniforms are making their way through what would be the south end of the building and stepping onto the ice, and they have their yellowish sweaters with the purple Montreal Canadiens stripe in the middle. They're led to the ice by Justin Bach, and right behind him was big bad Blaine Warnert with his 42 points on the season.
Yeah, in fact, he had a nice section quarterfinal game, goal and an assist for 2 points. But this both teams, you can't see it obviously because it's audio, but both teams have really nice uniforms. The Chaska uniforms just jump out at you, but you can tell both teams are ready to play today. There's a lot of energy in the building. Fans are still filing in. It's a great atmosphere, but we're getting ready for the introductions. That means we're moments away from the drop of the puck.
We are. We're going to take you through the starting lineups here tonight. So Keegan Langfeld is going to get the start on the blue line along with Luke Middlestadt. Axel Rosenlund's going to get the nod and goal. And then it'll be John Middlestadt, the center iceman, joined by number 17, Sam Wilhite, and Mr. Hockey finalist, Jack Jensen.
Well, 5 very talented individuals and a talented goalie for Eden Prairie.
The Hawks are already standing at the line as they get ready to introduce that club.
They are ready to go.
Justin Bach will get the nod and goal.
On defense, number 4, Michael Kester.
Michael Kester, Mr. Hockey finalist himself, will get the nod on the blue line. The wings will be number 11, Ethan Benz. And number 21, Shane Lavelle. He's a solid player, good size on this team up front. And Nick Olmscheid will be the other forward up front at center. We got a 4-man ref crew. We're going to take a quick pause here now for your national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would ask that you would please rise and face yourself into the arena as we honor our flag and country with the flag of our nation.
Well, the time, let's see if I can get this one right. Is that me right there? Yeah. The time clock says that there's a minute 17 to go. The clock within the arena, and then it also says 2:58, so we're getting started here a little bit early.
Well,
why not?
As long as we're here, let's get her rolling. But Pete, they introduced a very talented quintet on this Hawks team as well. Plus, they have a solid goaltender. Justin Bach's going to get the nod in goal, 10-4, 2.09 goals against with a 90% save percentage. 5 shutouts on the year. It was Jack Stark that actually got him to this game, having a shutout himself in the previous contest. So a strength in goal is certainly there for the Hawks coming into it. But Pete, I think the important thing is just get everybody involved early. Get the anxieties out. They've been waiting to play this game all their life. And just get everybody involved, turn over the lines, good quick shifts, but it's going to be a torrid pace tonight. It's who can keep up with that pace and maintain.
There are plenty of people that were lined up at the doors early to get here for this one between the Eagles and the Hawks. No video for this one. Sorry, folks, park's closed. Moose up front should have told you. But we can at least paint the picture for you. We have the first of 2 semifinal round games. The Skippers and the Fire of Holy Family Catholic going at it, coming up at 7 o'clock tonight. But first, it's going to be Langfells and his Eagles moving from right to left across the line. Jack Jensen busts one in from the left wing that Bach turns aside with the glove. Now Jensen walks the corner up to the line from the left point. Langfeld shot's blocked. The talented Luke Middlestad from the right point. His shot was blocked up high by the Hawks. That was the big winger, number 11, Ethan Benz. They're going to break it out to the right wing side, but right back onto Langfeld's stick as he dumps that one right back in. Here comes the speedy Drew Holt on the forecheck. Gets the body in on Kester. Over to the right wing side it goes to the line. Luke Middlestad somehow keeps the skate on the stick. Oh, they had Batchelder top of the slot for the Eagles. Nothing doing there. Hawks try to transition, tempo there, cross the line, Batchelder loads it up, shoots it, that one right into the midsection. And a quick shot there that's handled on to Bach. A nice start for the Eagles here with 16:10 to go in the period.
Well, Eagles showing some great energy, cutting the ice in half, and really it was Chaska that was kind of chasing the play, but good possession by Eden Prairie. A couple of pucks hopped some sticks, otherwise there would have been some good opportunities, but Bach in goal for the Hawks got a chance to touch the puck.
Well, that's the most important part is you want to get yourself familiar with the game. The Hawks try to break through center, but instead it's Holt to gather it in, bumps it off the boards. It's Argetsinger in front of the bench area through center. That gets away from McDonald of the Hawks. Now on the left wing side in the Chaska zone are the Eagles. They lose the handle, and here comes Chaska transitioning across the line. That pass misfires on its way through as they're looking for Rhett Pitlick, and they're going to ring it back to the left wing side. Batchelder catches up. Ooh, nifty pass to center for Rudrud. And it looked like Holt was offside, Bart Archer, but then we play on. Well, the linesman is right there. It's a 4-man crew. They got it. We're about 3,000 feet away here in the corner of Braemar Arena in the Pete Wagner press box. Back up to the line it goes. Played back down the line. Smith to the corner. And now it's going to be turned away by Magnuson. His pass too far to the right wing for McDonald. And that's going to be an icing call. 15-13 to go, Bart. And you know the thing is, the start's been very good for the Eagles. Their jump is very good. Have to maintain that because eventually the Hawks are going to settle into that.
Well, plus you're seeing some confidence on the Eagles defenders. They aren't bailing from the blue line early. Not the start that Dave Snuggerud wanted for his team. They're showing good energy, but they're chasing the play around. But Eden Prairie came very motivated, very focused. It's up to Chaska to withstand this, get their legs about them, and get back into the play.
Back behind the net it goes. They look to play this to the bench area. Now it's controlled by the Hawks, working through the stick check of the Eagles. Jones, who's going to play it to the left wing side up to the line. That gets underneath the stick of the defense. And Bronson, he's got Smith bearing down on him. It'll be rung around the boards by Bach. Back up to the line it goes. And here they come with it cut off at the line. The Eagles, Jones. Oh, he wanted to go head hunting. Over the top of the goal it goes. Jones now looks it to the corner. Bronson plays that around for the Hawks. Looks for the left wing ring, but that was cut off. Benz was there, but there's the talented John Middlestead. Now look out, dancing through the phone booth was the what appears to be motivated Jack Jensen. Not that he never is, but
right.
you know, when he's got that eye of the tiger that you can see right now, he's got tempo and pace. He wants to keep playing. That puck's bumped off the end boards. It's going to be Barrett back behind his net. Jensen bothers him. John Middlestead chases this one down. Langfell's a one-timer, misses the mark. Now Luke Middlestead pulls it off the right wing side. It's been all Eden Prairie here in the early going. Luke Middlestead carries that one down to the corner. Doesn't get the shot off. Hangs onto it. One-timer. That Will Height shot was blocked. Back in behind the net it goes. Now it's going to be Barrett to swing it to the left wing side. Off the skates now of Barry as he plays into the neutral zone. Will Height slides over. Here come the Hawks. They've got to look toward the net. Shallow angle. They go up high on Rosenlund. Kind of rolled up on him. Makes the save and hangs on.
Wow, it was Owen Thomas that took that shot just from the left dot. Tried to go short side on Rosenlund, but he made his body big. But that's the first look at the Eden Prairie goal that Chaska has found so far. But as you said, Eden Prairie jumping the roots on the clearing passes. Really not very efficient out of the zone by the Hawks. And when they did get a good opportunity, Rosenlund came up big, face off to his right, 13:45 left into scoreless first period. The important part about this is Chaska's been struggling, but they've survived so far. It's still 0-0 on the scoreboard, and that's the most important part.
Now back across the line, Rudrud with it. He'll play it back into the corner. Spencer Rudrud tried to get it up to the line as he is looking for Langfels. And now here they come with a chance in on goal. Scores! The Chaska Hawks. Rhett Pitlick takes a turnover, marches up the middle of the ice and goes right through the wickets on the 5-hole, and it's 1-0 in favor of Chaska.
Well, Pitlick had a good angle through the neutral zone, used his body to protect the puck, went in all alone on Rosenlund, and as you said, beat him as a 5-hole. And for Pitlick, that's going to be goal number 30, so nice level for that young man. But it kind of is going to settle this Hawks team down. Now it's going to be interesting to see how Eden Prairie responds with all that forward effort and now getting scored upon. I'm sure Eden Prairie is going to push back, so Chaska's got to be ready. But that bodes very, very well for Coach Snuggerud and the Hawks moving forward.
Sent back in by the Eagles. They have the early 1-0 deficit with a good jump. First real quality chance turns into a goal as Chaska takes 1-0 lead. Rhett Pitlick with the goal. Here they come again. They can fly across the line. Saved by Rosenlund right off the midsection there as the Eden Prairie goalie came back with a nice save when they needed it most.
Well, it's, again, a good answer by Chaska. They've got some energy now, a little confidence as well, but Rosenlund got a chance to touch that puck again. Faceoff's going to be to his left. As much energy as Eden Prairie showed. Now they're kind of on the defensive right now, and Chaska's got some forward push. Very important faceoff. Eden Prairie wins.
Through the slot area in Eden Prairie territory from the left corner, John Middlestead gets underneath and check coming through. That one by Olmscheid. And now it's going to be Pager. Now it's the Hawks, Lavelle and his forward unit very energized after that puck rolled down the dasher for about 12 feet as finally it was Jensen to get it loose. His shot misses the mark. Garrett Smith off the bench. Plays this one down to the right wing side. And that's going to be Schultz with it, back of the neutral zone, rips it to the left wing side across center. Now gaining Chaska territory is Pager, guides it in on goal, steered aside by the stick of Bach. Down goes an Eagle player. I believe that was Garrett Smith off the end board. Schultz toes the line from the right point. He better hurry as Scully was all over him. Now it's going to be Smith looking to play this one at the slot area. Jensen now helps out from the right corner, but he's cut off on a nifty play by Warner. He'll play this one up into the neutral zone. Here they come with it across the line. Schultz makes the play. That one on Pitlick. He's got the game's lone goal with 11:51 to go in the period. Rosenlund now gets it for Schultz, flushed out by McDonald, high off into the bench area. It goes, and out of play, face-off inside the zone to the right of Axel Rosenlund.
Well, it was Pitlick that tried to gain the zone, but Clayton Schultz did a nice job of not checking the puck. He checked the player and really limited his forward's progress. Against Pitlick, you have to check the body, not the puck. Otherwise, he's going to create some space and leave you in the wings. But nice job by the Eden Prairie defender.
Rudrud, looked like he was going to feed a pass to the right side. Got Bach kind of moving, then ripped one in on goal. That one hits traffic on the inside. And here come the Hawks out of the zone. Across the line, this is a high-flying Chaska Hawk team that can create, no question. Laval with a stick in on Rudrud. Barry's going to try to play it to the corner. It hits Rudrud as he looks and chips it off the glass. That one gets away from Kester. Now it's Batchelder with it. One-on-one, works the screen, but a good defensive play with the stick to deflect by Bronson. Up to the line for Langfels. Rister misses the mark. Karam all the way up high to the right point and onto a Chaska Hawk stick. They hit their own man on their way through, but no, not enough there. It's an icing call. We'll bring it back. Today's coverage presented in part by Brew Pub Pizza. Lots of matzah. Nothing better than that. A half pound of cheese on each pizza. Legit with a thin crust. You can bury one yourself, Bart Archer. It's that good. RJM Construction, they did the rock out at the St. Louis Park Rec Center. They're a big part of the Hopkins Pavilion, Plymouth Ice Center. And also don't forget about the Tria rink in St. Paul. Check them out if you're looking to do some upgrades. They are the place to go. Also, they're partners with the Herb Brooks Foundation. From the right wing side, it's controlled now. Langfels loads that one up. Wrist shots blocked. Over to the right wing boards. A big check made there. Now it's going to be Middlestat with it. Luke Middlestat at center. Waits for his men to step onside. Buzzes one wide of the mark. Follows through. Shallow angle. In on goal as Bach makes the save once again. 10:24 to go. 1-0 Chaska.
Well, as you said, Jack Jensen has good focus today. Brought the physical game. Really stopped the forward zone exit for this Chaska Hawk team. And then it was Luke Middlestat who took the initial shot, followed up his rebound, took a shallow angle shot. But nice job by Bach to put the pad down and limit that forward progress. But if they can get Langfels involved or Luke Middlestat involved in the offensive side, it bodes quite well for Lee Smith and the Eagles.
Back behind the net it goes. Tucked back into the corner. Rudrud was there, wedged off the play. Back through center it goes. Wide of the mark, it's Rosenlund. Rings the boards up to the right wing side. Argetsinger, the big body check there. He comes away with it. Sidesteps one would-be checker. It's off his stick, and now the Hawks will be forced to touch up. They do as the Eagles look to break it out. Smith kisses the glass to center as it's going to be regrouped in their own zone. Zung right back in, wide of the mark. Argetsinger jammed on the play. There's a chance to the slot. Big check thrown there on Scully. And now it's Smith over to Jones to the left wing side. He had to reach back for it. They lost momentum. Still, it's Jones. Comes off the left wing side to the slot. The Eagles in the offensive zone couldn't pull it. Now it's going to be Jensen with it. Plays back into the corner. Jones back to the left wing corner. It'll be pulled out of there, though, by the Chaska Hawks as they look to try to transition. In control, it's Calvin Barrett. Plays it over to the left wing side. They find an opening. Send that in. Rosenlund forced to handle that one with a stick. Nice purposeful dump in there. Clayton Schultz rings the boards all the way through. That gets past Barry. And it's going to be Magnuson to regroup with Batchelder watching him behind the Chaska net. He'll carry it to the left wing side. Chips it ahead for Barry. Misses the mark as it waddled on him. Batchelder now to the left wing. Drop pass looking for Holt. He's cut off on the play by the Hawks, who will carry this one back through center. What tempo, what pace. Olmscheid. Oh, a shot, a big save. Olmscheid just shrugged his man off and found an angle right in on Rosenlund, who made a terrific save. Ooh, what a chance.
And the defender that he shrugged off is not a small man. Did a nice job of getting a good look at Rosenlund, but he's making a bid for his 12th goal. Nice save by Rosenlund. That's got to give him a little confidence. Face off to his left. 8:44 left in this first period. Chaska holding on to a 1-goal lead.
To the right wing side it goes. Chipped off the glass. That's away from one would-be Eagle player. Now it's Will Height ahead. Watching him on the play, it's Benz. Eagles to the offensive zone. John Middlestat from the corner. Tries to get away from his man. High-end high school hockey here. A great crowd at Braemar Arena. It's packing in here Benilde St. Margaret's won in the Section 6AA. Very impressive win over the Wayzata Trojans as they set up what looks to be, well, not trying to put the cart in front of the horse, but championship round matchup with the Edina Hornets at Mariucci Arena coming up on Wednesday. Across the line they go with it. Winner of this game will move on to play against Minnetonka or Holy Family Catholic. That's Langfels. Keegan Langfels plays ahead. Rudrud tried to find his way through traffic as it's Kester loses an edge. He goes down on the play as the Eagles will watch as the Hawks force that one back into their zone with 7:45 to go here in the first period.
Well, really been a good pace so far. Both teams are maintaining. It just seems like now it's more of an up and down affair. Before it was all Eden Prairie, then it was Chaska, but now it looks like they're trading blows, so to speak. Eden Prairie's had probably 4 or 5 shots on goal, but probably about 4 or 5 wide attempts. So if they can get those shots on goal and really force Justin Bach to make some saves, that's exactly what they want to do. But Chaska doing a good job of defending.
Face-off win by the Hawks. They're so dangerous through the neutral zone. You know, Pitlick leads the charge there among others. The junior can really play. And when he gained the line there, he made a little bit of a move there offside, but they're so good from the top of their circles forward.
Yeah, indeed
they are. Room.
It was Charlie Goodrich that snuck in, but it was a good defensive play to use that blue line as a natural line of defense, draw that whistle.
Handled now by Argett Singer. Plays this one rink wide. Cam Langfels for Argett Singer. Argett Singer lifts that one ahead for Drew Holt. He'll carry this one across the line and play this back in behind. Barrett is there. He'll have to guide this one over to the left right wing side for Magnuson. Ahead they go to center. It's going to be a 2-on-3. Argett Singer forces his man wide. That misses Warner. Here come the Eagles back up ice across their own line. Now it's going to be Jensen. He has speed and he's dangerous. Ooh, quick shot in on goal. That thing got there in a hurry on Bach. Turned it aside with the goal stick to the right corner. Nice work there. Back now on the stick of the Chaska Hawks as they carried up the right wing out of their own zone. Rink wide they go. Schultz with the stick. Checks that one away at the line. There's a check, but now it's Holt. Loads it up. Scores! Oh my word, a laser. Drew Holt, the sophomore, bar down shelf. Top shelf sniz with some chaz. Holy smokes.
All right, for Holt, that's goal number 10, but a bigger goal. He has not scored yet in his high school career, I'll guarantee you that, but it was a good keep in the zone by Eden Prairie, and they came out with numbers. Holt had some support down low on the right side, but opted to take that shot. He just beat Justin Bach, as he said, high cheese. 1-1, 6:46 left in the first period. Now Eden Prairie's got the energy. Up to the Chaska Hawks to respond.
As Bart Archer said, 6:46 to go in the first period. Good to see Fred Bandel is bellied up in here in the press box. Of course, he is one of your Minnesota, he does a lot of areas for scouting for the Florida Panthers. Keegan Langfels, right wing side. The Eagles are really flying here today, matching the talent and speed of the Chaska Hawks stride for stride. Now, it was Chaska that defeated Eden Prairie earlier in the year at the Hockey for Life Classic in Prior Lake. Chaska also beat Edina. They're having themselves a very good week there.
Well, they're getting better as they go. They played their best hockey toward the end of the year, and that's what you want as a coach. Official scoring, Holt from Batchelder at 13-14.
John Middlestadt tried to work his way across the line. He went straight up the middle. He had 4 Hawks around him, somehow still found possession of the corner, as now it's Jensen doing the spade work right behind the net. He'll play it to an open corner out of the left wing corner. The Eagles moving from right to left on your screen as they'll play this one up, or your dial, if you will. The deal is we're doing this. We're doing the second game tonight. We'll be at Mariucci Arena on Saturday night, and you're going to want to check that one out. But I think the biggest thing is we'll be at every one of these state tournaments. Turn them down, turn us up. And we will have all of the play-by-play action from the XL Energy Center.
Looking forward to it. It's not going to come quick enough.
We have our nifty new site here at the mnhockey.tv.
Very impressive.
Very exciting stuff. Up the right wing side, the Hawks off the neutral zone face-off in possession. Cam Langfels disrupts that enough at the line to force the offsides, and they're going to face off in the center ice area. Well,
5:32 left in this first period. We're now not at a 1. Both teams want to finish this period strong, playing their best hockey. You want to go in with at least maintaining your energy from this. So very important 5:30 to go in this first period for both teams.
Cam Langfels will gather in as he looks back up to the left wing side. Now it's going to be Garrett Smith. His pass picked off, went telegraph on that one. Here come the Hawks across the line. Argetsinger, physical defenseman, plays the body on his man. Now it's going to be Jones. Argetsinger tries to get an angle. Now Jensen tried to play it off the boards, got a fortuitous bounce, as now it's Smith to center, puck rolls on him, and now it's going to be the Hawks again across the line. To the corner it goes off the Barrett stick. Argetsinger runs into Cam Langfelds, Barry pressuring. Jones off the board, nifty job there by the veteran. Now it's going to be handled by the Hawks. Kester with it, bumps the boards. Now Argetsinger picked up on the play by Batchelder. Watched by Warner. Batchelder better hurry as he's pickpocketed 2-on-2 across the line. Hawks with a look. In on goal, rebound, scores! A little bit of a mishandle there by Rosenlund, and here come the Hawks. It's Warner following it through, forcing it through the 5-hole again. And now it's 2-1 in favor of the Hawks.
Well, as you said, Warner just willed that one in. That's goal number 27 for him, but that's exactly what I was talking about. It was just the will to get to the net. And Chaska very good at funneling their forward players to the net, following the puck in, and Warner pushed that one past Rosenlund. Now 4:33 left in the first period. Chaska with a 1-goal lead, up to Eden Prairie to respond. But the big players have shown up for this Hawks team.
What a period this has been. Fighting off a would-be checker to the corner. It's Kester. Keegan Langfelds gets in on him. Now they try to find Batchelder. That misses the mark. It's going to make it for an icing call. And back the other way it goes.
That was Goodrich, Charlie Goodrich, the junior. They got the assist on that one, but it was a good shot by Goodrich. Nice save by Rosenlund, but the puck snuck out. Nobody blocked Warner out, and he just put it between the pads of Rosenlund. Eden Prairie's going to have to tighten up in their own zone, especially in front of their goaltender. But good energy for this Chaska team as they win the faceoff in the Eden Prairie zone.
Langfelds the body there on Benz. Jensen takes it from Luke Mittelstadt out of the corner. Now Wilhite takes it in stride across the line. John Mittelstadt loaded it up, blocked by the defense. 3:55 to go in the period. Hawks with that 2-1 lead, as you see on your screen. Back into the corner they go. Now Wilhite. Rink wide for John Mittelstadt across the line. We're going charming radio, old school. Bart Archer taking the headsets on and off with the rattling all night long.
Sorry.
There's Jones with it. Oh! Backdoor scores! Jack Jensen from Carson Jones. It was a broken play. They turned it over and it just kind of rattled its way to the right post. And Jensen knows what to do with it. Buries.
Well, as you said, it was Jones that put the initial shot on. Bach made the save, but I think the puck wanted to find Jensen's stick, which is what it did, and he just a nice redirect back into the net. Boy, a lot of activity. 3:33 left in this first period. We're knotted at 2. It's pretty wide open, but the chances are getting to the net now, so teams are getting to the middle into the scoring areas. Should be interesting moving forward.
How do you like this crowd so far?
I love it.
It's energy. It's tense. It's not quite to the Dynatonka crowd we had, but it's very close. Eagles again, pressure offensive zone. That one's off the stick of Rudrud. Schultz plays this one down to the right wing side. Jensen gets the goal. That'll be goal number 32 on the season. Goal number 2 of the sections. That one misses the mark by the Hawks. They'll take over with Barry. Barry now from the corner, back up to the line it goes. Nifty little job there at the line to try to keep it alive, but the Eagles winning battles, and Barry was down behind the play. Shake it up. Wow, there's a couple of fans that are full meltdown. They don't understand that the glass here at Braemar Arena not as sturdy as they think. They might cut their hand on that stuff.
Well, and you just just mind your P's and Q's, everybody. The referees have a good grasp of what is indeed going on. They're getting together at center ice and talking to the players and letting them know indeed what's going on. But as you said, there was a player down in the Eden Prairie zone from the Chaska Hawks, and the play continued until they felt necessary to blow that whistle.
You got the devil with the blue dress here, baby.
That's right.
I mean, we're bringing.
No, but it's just nice to see people. I mean, it's not standing room only, but people are just
I mean,
lining
in
the
a few
walls.
more minutes, it's. You know, if you took the executive suites on the south side, everybody looks out over.
At the club level.
We'd fill it up in the seats here. The club level, as you like to call it.
Oh, get off the dasher, dude.
Bart, of course, is now Distracted by the fans on the front row. And we'll keep the squirrel right here in the ring. That's my job to lose focus. Get on goal. It's Rosenlund to steer it to the right wing side. In front they go. Luke Middlestadt. Just total mix of physical strength and skill. I don't know, Bart. This kid, man, as a sophomore, we got something here.
Well, he gets better
with it
and better
now.
too.
John Middlestadt backdoor scores. It's Batchelder, and the Eagles take their first lead of the game at 3-2 with 2:13 to go in a wild first period here from Braemar Arena.
Well, it was just in transition. It was Eden Prairie that had the numbers, and they used it to their advantage. The puck ended up on Batchelder's stick in front of Justin Bach, and he just put it up and over the shoulder of the outstretched goaltender. So big goal for Eden Prairie. A lot of energy on that bench. A little subdued on the Hawks side. I think it's more focused than being down too much. But now it's 3-2, 2:13 left, so plenty of time for Chaska to answer back. But boy, this is getting to be a slugfest, Pete Wagner.
Indeed it is. Argus Singer now. Sent back in behind the net. Cam Langfells for Smith. Too far for Jensen. And they'll look this one up to the right wing side. Wilhite picks it off. He'll gain the line with 1:52 to go in the period. Wilhite is a house of fire tonight, and he's been strong on the stick, Bart. No turnovers there, but now they do get it and send it to the right wing side to the Hawks. Cam Langfells better hurry. He's got a big man breathing down his throat, and Olmscheid, he's a turnover-creating machine. Now Smith off his stick. Icing will be your call. $1:32 to go in the period.
You know, the nice part about this, as you said, Pete, these players are getting better and better as the year goes on, and I think Luke Middlestadt is one of those players. You referred to it earlier, but he just brings so many different things to the table that it gives his coaching staff a little diversity. He can be put in any situation with confidence, and that's not unique to him. I mean, Spencer Rudwood's gotten better. Wilhite's got better, so this Eden Prairie team is certainly trending the right direction.
Middlestadt with it now. Cross the line for Jones. Rister misses the mark, went heavy off the glass. Karam to the left side. Now 1:20 to go in the period. And they'll work their way back into the corner. That gets away from Luke Middlestadt as he'll look to work away from the forecheck of the oncoming Rhett Picklick. He had the game's first goal. You heard the man. We have 1 minute remaining in the period. Now hammered on the play was Thomas. The Eagles, a very heavy team. No question about that. We saw them lean on the Minnetonka Skippers and create all sorts of trouble for them in their two games. Off the crossbar, Batchelder went straight skyward. Oh, my word. All he had to do was point two fingers up like the home run from the Sano.
Well, then it came off the glass and came back out front, so nice job of Chaska to clear in what could have been troublesome.
There, Johnny on the spot, but that was a screen from Batchelder high in the slot. Back behind the net. It's going to be Pager, quick slapper. That's blocked. Defense is collapsing. Poke to the corner. Batchelder, wrap around. Oh, Jensen's shot misses the mark. Here comes Pager down to low to the corner. 14 to go in the period. Up to the line, puck's dribbling. It gets underneath the stick of Schultz. What a period between these two teams. The Eagles, I don't know, Bart, there have been a couple of rushes that led to goals for the Hawks. But, I mean, if you're going NFL, time of possession, the Eagles are crushing in that category right now.
Well, and they're doing it with purpose, too. It's not just flinging the puck around. They're trying to funnel to the net, which is what you have to do at this time of year. So far, they've got some pretty good looks. If they got any of those wide shots on goal, we might be talking about a different thing. But 2.5 left in the first period, Eden Prairie up by 1. But they were the better team this period. But this Chaska team held on, showed some resilience, and they're only one good shot down. But we go into the period break. Both coaches, I assume, would feel pretty good about the way their team competed tonight. But the second period proves to be a very interesting period with the long line change.
Indeed it does. We're going to take a timeout. We have more high school hockey coming up for you at the mnhockey.tv. By the way, I hope you like our new site. We got John Sands live scoring the games, right? Are you getting it done over there?
He goes back to work.
He's not scoring the game, is he? Well, we'll soon find out. We'll have more coming up for you right after this. Hockey continues right here at the mnhockey.tv. It's a state tournament at its finest, and we're happy to bring in the architect, One of the guys that has a lot to do with putting this together, Brad Berrickman, is the Vice President of Community with RJM Construction out of Golden Valley, and they've done a lot of these beautiful structures that we see that our kids get to play in, that we get to participate in as adults and play the great game of hockey. And Brad and his company are also it's a state tournament at its finest, and we're happy to bring in the architect. One of the guys that has a lot to do with putting this together, Brad Berrickman, is the Vice President of Community with RJM Construction out of Golden Valley, and they've done a lot of these beautiful structures that we see that our kids get to play in, that we get to participate in as adults and play the great game of hockey. And Brad and his company are also partners with the Herb Brooks Foundation, which is a big reason why we're here today. So, Brad, without further ado, thanks a lot for joining us here between periods.
Happy to be here, Pete.
So I love this topic because I was intimately involved in a specific build-out of a building at the Hopkins Pavilion. I've utilized the rock at the St. Louis Park Rec Center. Those are two of your more recent jobs that I've been a part of, and you guys continue to churn them out. Can you tell us a little bit about how your firm got involved in the hockey arena space?
So it really started with the founders of the business, Bob Josart and Joe Maddie. And the very first ice arena project that we ever did down in Phoenix, Arizona, as well as Plymouth, Minnesota. We kind of got that niche on those first two projects, and then gained a knowledge base there that expanded here today.
What have you found in terms of municipalities, whether it's cities, not many privately owned rinks here? As far as their needs and what they need, obviously there's a budget constraint, but you have to make money too to keep your doors open. How have you been able to work with the municipalities, and have you found that to be an easy process?
It's definitely an easy process, and what we've found over the years is they're building facilities that are 50-plus year facilities. So they're really building for the longevity and the operational efficiency. Really enjoy working with the cities and building them something that will last into the future.
Can we talk a little bit structurally about the rock? Do you care if we go there for a second?
I wasn't directly.
Okay, we'll not use that. Let me pause for a second so I can see the break. Let me see something here. Are these her notes for you or
Yeah.
not? Can I see those real
Yeah.
quick? I should have printed them off. We're cool. So in terms of what you guys do to put together projects, there's a lot of details that go into play. I mean, it goes from refrigeration to structures to, I'm sure there's a lot of code that you got to meet as far as what has to be done. How deep into this do you have to go as an organization to make sure everything is right as you build?
So our experience, like I say, our refrigeration partners can build ice anywhere. Our job is to give them a building envelope that basically encapsulates that whole thing. Important factors, I think, goes without saying, the insulation of the structure itself. So we work with our design partners to come up with the most efficient insulation systems to house these ice boxes, as well as dehumidification units is one of the more critical components within the facility as well.
Do you find are there different needs in the dehumidification from facility to facility? Some are renovations, and some are build-outs. What I think, to me, just being a novice, that would be a heck of a challenge, especially with our summers.
For sure. I mean, when you're dealing with an existing building structure, you have to take that into account. Building envelopes constructed in the 60s and 70s didn't have the technology that we have out there today. So you can really run into condensation issues and things like that if the building envelope isn't technically up to code.
So when you guys take on a project, it's usually probably a bid. I'm sure that's how it works in the industry, correct?
Typically when we're working with the municipalities, we act as the construction manager. So we're involved in the process from basically the onset. We work along with our design partners, and I say that the clients get their best value with the involvement of a builder such as RJM Construction early on during the design, to have our input on cost and technology side up front during the design. Over time, with our involvement during the pre-construction, you can save significant amount of money during the design.
Let's talk a little bit about the tree rink that you guys worked on. I mean, it's an incredible vibe in there. Now, when you did that, did you start on the roof, or was that in the building? Can you kind of walk us through that project?
So there was interior demolition that occurred early on, but they basically built the rink facility on top of that parking structure. One of the cooler features of that project was we actually had to lift a crane on top of the roof with another crane to start erecting that facility. So that was pretty incredible means and methods, something we're really proud of.
How delicate was that? I mean, so not only are you lifting a crane with the crane, but you're on top of the demo with the crane, and you don't want to see the structure come down.
A lot of engineering involved and a lot of pre-planning meetings and coordination with the city to block off the streets and things like that.
So then you've got the big window that is on what I believe is that kind of the southwest side of the building, something like that. And there's the tinted glass that can be controlled. Was that something that you guys were a part of? And if so, how did that all come about?
So we were involved in the pricing aspect of that during the design. Value is always at the forefront during the design and engineering, and we were definitely involved in cost solutions for that.
The locker rooms that you did at the Hopkins Pavilion, the greatest part about that project was every high school team that went in there just hated going in there because you could fit about 3 guys per room. They're so small. And then they're just massive. You could almost fit a varsity and JV team in some of those new locker rooms. Is that kind of a trend that you guys are seeing, is to get more space for locker rooms for everybody?
So there is a lot of thought put into the size of the locker rooms. As a hockey parent myself, I understand what it's like to get your kids dressed. I have a first-year mite in some of the tiny locker rooms in some of the older facilities. So that's definitely front and center of my mind, as well as our design partners.
And then in terms of other things that you're seeing, so if there were structures that were built, let's say, when I think of like the larger facilities that were maybe built in the mid-'90s and how they've evolved to today and how things have changed, has there been a going trend that you've noticed as far as some of the upgrades and features that you guys are putting into rinks right now today?
Definitely on the refrigeration systems and just the building envelope technology that's out there today. Is significantly better than it was 25 years ago. So there's a lot of thought and consideration that goes into the building envelope that houses these facilities. And another common trend that I'm seeing, a lot of the facilities that we built the initial sheet of ice for, they're adding second sheets. And it seems like some of the larger communities are all starting to add second sheets of ice and finding that benefit in their programming.
2 more questions for you here as we're rolling through the period break. To me, I would call it 3/4 outdoor rink. It's like a 3/4 indoor rink. The covered rink kind of was a trend for a little bit there. And you guys were able to really get something quite creative and look and feel for the St. Louis Park Rec Center. Can you talk about the processing that went into that and what you guys were thinking as far as vibe you were trying to pull off there?
So that was kind of I guess what I would call a centerpiece or a focal point of that facility. Something that captures kind of the old school hockey feel with the wood purlins and some of the older arenas, but yet something that's kind of nostalgic in the new outdoor games that you see in the NHL and college hockey as well. So trying to capture that all into one piece.
It's incredibly well done, and what it lends to is some really incredible acoustics, too. So when you watch a game, you get some really good sounds out of that. It's super cool. But the first thing, it's funny you say that I thought of, when I look at that roof in that building, I think of the old Minnetonka Ice Arena where they painted it up. It's too bad. But do you remember that when it was all wood?
I do. I played in that as a peewee. Growing up in a hockey tournament, and that's the first thing that I thought of when I saw that completed as well.
So it wasn't just me.
No.
Yeah, that's really good. And finally, as Vice President of Community, obviously the Herb Brooks Foundation is a terrific vehicle that everybody is well aware of. That's really keeping the game flowing, alive, and creating opportunities for everybody to be able to play the game. Can you talk about your relationship with Herb Brooks Foundation?
We are very proud to be a part of the Herb Brooks Foundation. Have been for all the time that I've been here at RJM, and definitely proud to be a part of that.
Brad, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Pete.
We'll be back with more right after this. welcome you back to Braemar Arena along with Bart Archer. I'm Pete Wagner. What a period of play, man. Where do we catch up with that thing?
Yeah, it came out at torrid pace and to maintain it through the first 17 minutes. Both teams with 11 shots on goal. Eden Prairie had a lot more shots and shot attempts, a lot of wide shots, Pete. They got to kind of clean that part up. But as you said, possession was primarily Eden Prairie, but I thought Chaska did a pretty good job of fending them off in the first 5 to 6 minutes. Actually scored the first goal at the 6:35 mark, and I thought that kind of settled them down a little bit. And then they just got back to trading punches.
Take us through the summary, please.
Very good. At 6:35 mark, it was Pitlick that scored his 30th from McDonald. And then at the 13-14, and that was for Chaska. And then at the 13-14 mark for Eden Prairie was Holt with his 10 from Batchelder. And then it was Warner that scored his 27th for Chaska from Charlie Goodrich. And Eden Prairie answered back. It was Jack Jensen with his 32nd from Carson Jones at the 14:07 mark. And then it was Batchelder with his 6th from John Middlestad. And Holt at the 14:47 mark. That's where we stand right now, 3-2 Eden Prairie with the advantage. We're about a minute away from the drop of the puck. But Shad saves that period. For the Hawks, Justin Bach, that would be 8 saves, and for Axel Rosenlund, that'd be 9 saves. So pretty tightly contested period. We're 1 goal away, 1 goal game so far, so both teams showed up to play, that's for sure.
The Chaska Hawks have just worked their way back onto the ice. Bart Archer, we await the arrival of the Eden Prairie Eagles as they're marching now onto the ice. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's as good of a period as you're going to get.
Well, indeed it was, and there was a lot of defending in their own zone. There was good play through the neutral zone. I thought the zone exits for this Chaska team got better as that period went on. Good sequences, moving the puck up the ice, but Eden Prairie very stout at their own blue line, using that as a natural line of defense. What I do like from Eden Prairie is nice rotations. They're supporting the puck quite well, but they're coming back. Forwards are coming back to cover. Otherwise, there might have been more opportunities for Chaska, but Chaska's just 1 good shot away, but they certainly have to feel pretty good about the way they answered back in that first period, but Eden Prairie looks very, very motivated. I think both goalies are going to be tested this period. It's who can survive this period. Second period, very, very important for both of these teams. Get off early. Hard to defend each one of these teams with tired legs. Look for the defense to get more involved on both sides in the offensive push, moving the puck forward.
So the Hawks will be moving from right to left across your screen. I mean, there's a buzz in this place, Bart. I mean, it's legit.
Well, everybody knows what time of year it is, and it's section semifinals, great time of the year. Treated some good hockey.
Indeed they do. Puck will be played back into the Chaska Hawk zone. It's going to be Bronson to play this one to the right wing side. And now it's going to be the Eagles to maintain possession in center. Here comes Jensen. Wilhite, his shot misses the mark. And now it's going to be Olmscheid, watched by John Middlestead. The Eagles continue their onslaught in the offensive zone. There's a quick shot. Ooh, Bach saw it at the last second. Wilhite got a stick on that, nearly deflected that one to the back of the net.
Well, it was Middlestead that actually won some battles in the corner and really tried to find some space. The puck trickled, but Jensen put it back, and he did a quick turn toward the net from the top of the left circle and put a shot through traffic. So Bach did a nice job of tracking that puck. Nice high shot. He did a nice job of controlling the rebound because Eden Prairie had support down low. Face off to his right now.
Tonight's coverage, this afternoon's coverage, presented in part by Optimal Goalie and also Tradition Companies. You can check out Larry Grace Jr. He is terrific with goalies. We'll hear from him between the periods, as well as we'll hear from the Sportsman's Guide, another big sponsor here, and the Herb Brooks Foundation. Doing pretty well with the sponsorships here, Bart, and I'm not even done. Holt with it at center ice. Magnuson reaches the stick out and deflects that one away, and that's offside at the line.
Well, again, a good challenge by Magnuson at the blue line. It was Eden Prairie that came down. Would have been a potential 3-on-2, so nice job of limiting that forward push. We're early in this second period. If you just joined us, thank you so much for being with us. Just a minute and 3 seconds in. Eden Prairie already with a pretty good opportunity, up by 1 goal.
That one works its way back into the Eden Prairie zone from center ice, as the Eagles will try to break out to Middlestead to the left wing side. Warner was there to cut that off from center ice. Goodrich is going to play that one in wide of Rosenlund's right for the Eagles. They'll look to outlet to center. Here comes Jensen on the move. He races across the line. Nifty move and on goal, and a nice save made. Bach had to get the glove up against the arm as he tried to sneak that one in below the armpit in the top shelf.
Well, Jensen came in on the left side, and he's a right-handed shot, so he had a pretty good angle, or a left-handed shot, but he saw John Middlestead use him as a decoy, tried to go short side on the glove on Bach, but Bach, as you said, did a nice job making himself big, but he held on to that rebound, very important in that situation.
Face-off win by the Hawks. Bronson plays to the right wing as Scully plays that one to the neutral zone. And icing the call, 15:25 to go here in the period. Score reads 3-2 in favor of the Eagles.
Wow, it just seems like Chaska, just a little bit of a slow start like they did. They chased the play a little bit in the first period, and that kind of continues this time. They're just sending the puck down the ice to relieve a little pressure, but Eden Prairie all over them in a hurry.
Face-off win by the Eagles. Smith will tuck it in behind the Chaska net. Bronson's there, watched by Jones. There's a chance. Oh, they hit the goaltender back in the mask. Maybe you could hear the plastic or the Kevlar or the gobbler, whatever it was, rattle.
Did a nice job of controlling the rebound.
Now Rudrud, shallow angle, held on to there. I don't know if that was going wide, Bart, but he had a little bit of a hole there to sneak that through.
Indeed he did, and Rudrud the right-handed shot, so his angle got a little more shallow, but I think that one was ticketed into the far part of that net, so really nice job by Justin Bach, the senior goaltender, to keep what could have been a trying situation from that puck going into the net. Face off to his left. 15:01 left in the second period. Eden Prairie still up by one and pressing hard.
Barrett rings the boards. It's going to be Magnuson on the move across center ice. He protects the puck to the backhand. Rosenlund had to be smart on that one as he steers it to the right wing side. Puck will be sent all the way back into the left corner in Eagle zone as they're moving from left to right across your screen. And icing the call, back the other way we go into Eden Prairie territory for the face-off to the left of Axel Rosenlund.
Well, I thought the puck might have ticked off Calvin Barrett, the junior defenseman for the Hawks, but the referee or linesman saw it differently, so face-off's going to come all the way down in the Eden Prairie zone to Rosenlund's left. Boy, Eden Prairie, another win in the dots.
Magnuson comes down. There's a chance to the slot. Rosenlund gets the stick down on that and makes the save. It's going to be Batchelder, who's been terrific here tonight in the neutral zone. Now it's going to be picked up by Luke Middlestead. Off the glass it goes, back in behind the net. Batchelder looks to work his way out of the corner. Nice job to get away from traffic. Finds Jensen. Takes Olmscheid with him. Stays on the puck. Now walks it back into the right corner. Up high to the line. Luke Middlestead shows him left. Goes right. Walks it into the corner. Uh-oh, he's angling. Slot. That one gets through. Holt, there's a shot. Bach didn't see it as it trickles off the end boards. That gets underneath Keegan Langfels as it's going to be Luke Middlestead to regroup in his own zone. Oh, and icing the call. Back into Chaska territory we go.
Wow, really nice sequence by the Eden Prairie Eagles. It was Jensen and Luke Middlestead kind of working with each other. Jensen provided a bit of a screen for him as it created some space for Middlestead. He walked the goal line on the right offensive side and then walked back out, and the puck just dangled. But another trying moment for this Hawks team, but they survived. They won a face-off in their own zone as well.
Puck will be played to the left wing side through center. Bronson is there. He'll guide that back in behind the net. Argetsinger. Now the Eagles. Pager looks ahead for Rudrud, waits for it. Bronson gets a stick on him. Nicely plays that away. Across the line he goes. Bronson's pass to the slot area is picked away by Rudrud, who looks ahead. That's too far for John Middlestead. Now Kester from the left wing side. The Eagles have kept him in check much of this hockey game. Across the line, it's Scully with it. He's dangerous down low, and now it's turned over. Here come the Eagles out of the zone with Wilhite. He better hurry. He's got a back-checking Warnert who can fly, the UNO prospect. Back in behind now. It's going to be outletted left wing side. Magnuson too far for Kester. Right back at you come the Eagles. Cut off by Bach behind the net. Magnuson on the backhand wraps it up to the right wing boards. Warner gets it back, poked off his stick, and into the corner by Jones. Up to the line it goes. There's a redirect. Smith on a bounding puck, misses the mark. Left wing side, Kester plays that one ahead. He tried to find Pitlick, who carries this one to the corner. Looks to get away from one man as he stood up on the play. They find a shallow angle. There's Rosenlund down on the knee as he makes the save. Body check there by Argetsinger, and back out of the zone they go. Jensen with it, fights off a check. He's so strong. Looks to go inside out on Barrett. There's a shot that's deflected, bounding toward the goal mouth area off Jones, who had a second chance And now it's going to be back up ice they go. Magnuson with it. Big clapper. Glove hand save made with 12-10 to go in the second. Still 3-2 Eden Prairie.
Well, the Hawks are starting to show some offensive life. They're moving the puck into the Eden Prairie zone, but it's still Eden Prairie that's controlling this play, and it really comes down to Jack Jensen with speed through the neutral zone. He can make things happen. You always have to be ready, but I thought the Hawks did a good job of defending against Jensen and the Eden Prairie Eagle attack, coming back and getting a pretty good shot on goal. Slap shot from the right circle, but it was Rosenlund that made the save, so face off to his left.
They'll play this one back into the corner. Now John Middlestad at center ice. Looks back over to Keegan Lang. Fouls. Oh, a nifty little stick check by Batchelder. Loads up. Scores! It's a coming out party! Oh, my word. Carter Batchelder forces the turnover, and he does something with it and gives his club the 4-2 lead, the first 2-goal lead here in this game.
Well, he certainly got the charm, but Batchelder, that's his second goal. 2 consecutive goals for Batchelder, plus a primary helper on Eden Prairie's first goal, so he's feeling the mojo right now, giving his team some energy. It's a 2-goal lead now for the Eden Prairie Eagles, but it was a good, clean shot over Justin Bach's glove side.
That's an unassisted tally for Batchelder, who created the turnover from the left wing. Walked down from the blue line, and he gets to the left circle and just beats Rosenlund to the glove hand side. It's now 4-2. No lead is safe against this Chaska Hawk team. They can put the puck in the net.
Well, the way that Eden Prairie is playing defense is going to be very difficult, but they have to get to work here pretty quick.
Will Height now leaves that one up to the line. That's off the stick of Lilliard. Now across the line they go with it, carrying this one deep back in behind the net. That one misses the mark. Back up to the line for Kester. And there's a chance that is deflected wide of the mark. Hawks now in the offensive zone. They trail by 2 at 4-2 with 11 minutes to go in period number 2. Back into the corner. That's off a stick. Walking down to make the play is the defense. Now it's going to be Warner. Misses the mark. All the way up to Kester on the right wing side. Kester, it looks like a little nifty move. Left his man in the dust there, but stays on it. His shot's blocked. Lilliard will come over to the left wing side as he comes away with it. Sends that one ahead for Will Height. Will Height at center, tried to play that one through. And now to the left wing side, here come the Hawks across the line. Scholey was with there, now he's gonna get it back. Shallow angle, Rosenlund, the blocker pad save. Here comes Jensen. Jensen gets away from one man, he's a house of fire. They try to muscle him off the puck, can't, as he was in a will of strength with Pitlick. Nice job though by Pitlick on the back check as he stayed with it. Magnuson in front of the bench area. Offside, delayed. Now Jensen, he's winding it up. Steady feeds Carson Jones on the move, fights off a would-be checker. Jones wants the contact with Barry, plays it to the right wing side. Pager pinches down. Jensen out of the corner for the Eagles. Eagles on the puck in the offensive zone. Jones comes away with it. He's checked. Smith there gets it to Jensen. Oh, first penalty of the game coming up. A little surprised by that one, but okay then. Thomas is going to go.
Yeah, it's going to be Thomas, a tripping penalty. That's what happens when you move your feet when you have the puck, and Jensen skated into traffic. There were 3 Hawks around him, and one stick got in the wickets, and I don't know who it's going to officially be. I think we're going to see who goes to the box. It might be William Magnuson that's going to spend that time in the box for Chaska. Kind of a trying moment for the Hawks. Great opportunity for this Eden Prairie Eagles team. 26% power play against an 89% penalty kill. But big moment for both teams with an emphasis on the Hawks right now.
Absolutely. The power play now in force for the Eden Prairie Eagles. Jack Jensen is playing like...
It's actually Sully Scholey that got the penalty.
There's a shot that misses the mark by John Middlestad.
Well, that's what they're going to have to do is get it to the weak side, and it was a nice job by Luke to find John on the other side just from the left offensive dot. He took a shot, but ramped up and out of play. It's going to come outside the zone at least, and I think all the way down into the Eden Prairie. No, just outside the blue line.
The mark. It was unhampered on its way out off that Eagle stick. Now it's going to be Luke Middlestad in control. The Keegan Lang fouls left wing side for John Middlestad. He's going to gain the line. Eagles now in the offensive zone behind the net with John Middlestad. Runs it to the corner. Jensen comes over. That missed the stick. How about that? underneath the stick of Luke Middlestead. He looked at it like there's a hole in it.
Well, Langfell's better get going because it's Laval that's all over him.
And now he's going to get it back over for Luke Middlestead, who's going to set up shop and swing it back up the right side. Now he cuts straight up the middle. Calmly stays with it. He's going to lay that one back for Jensen. Didn't like what he had as he's being watched by Laval. Now Keegan Langfeld takes over. So far, great posturing by the Hawks. But the Eagles break it with Will Hyde across the line. Chipped across to the Luke Middlestead. Now here's Keegan Langfeld. Puck rolls. They had Jensen open off the back door, but sticks and bodies everywhere for the Hawks. Cut that one off. Langfeld's right side. Luke Middlestead down low to the right corner. Jensen back up for Luke Middlestead. Now it's Keegan Langfeld's left wing side. John Middlestead. That shot was blocked off a Chaska Hawk player and didn't make its way through. John Middlestead again decides to load it up. That was blocked by Barry. Heartfelt PK here by the Hawks. This is a good one, but the Eagles in possession. To the line, but not out as it's going to be walked up high by Jensen. Now it's going to be Middlestead. John Middlestead for Keegan Langfeld's 28 to go in the man advantage. Oh, scores! What a dish. What a feed Langfeld's to Jensen. And it's 5-2 Eden Prairie. Oh my word, they're feeling it here in the second period.
Wow, Jensen's second goal of the contest, 33rd of the season. But it was just a nice feed from Langfeld. Just put it on for a nice redirect into the upper corner. Boy, Justin Bach has been beat on 5 occasions, but they've all been earned. He's really done a good job of trying to keep his team buoyant, but it was just Eden Prairie overwhelming him with numbers and finessing that puck through some sticks and some skates. But a nice goal by Jensen.
There's not been a cheapie on Bach here tonight.
No, indeed.
They've all been just Eagles. They're at another level. I mean, we've done all their games, Bart, and we know what they're about.
Oh, indeed.
And we've seen the best of times and the worst of times, and right now they're feeling it. Their tempo and pace. Oh, heavily into Bach. No call there. Little GTI maybe?
Oh, he's getting up slow too. Blow the whistle.
His stick is stuck in the net, I think.
Well, I think you're right, but I think his bell got a little wrong. It was Spencer Rudrood, not a small individual, got pushed into him, and he went back, and it took him a while to get up. Rudrood didn't get up horribly quickly either, but the referees let play continue for a little while. I don't think Bach is any worse for the wear, but a reset was the appropriate call that time.
Right now, Dave Snuggerud was on the backdoor linesman who said, there's no way you didn't see that. Go talk to those guys. The two officials are talking it over. So there was no penalty called on the play. We'll see if they're going to take somebody. Oh, they're heading over to the benches, and they're going to have a discussion with Dave Snuggerud, wondering why his goaltender wasn't interfered with, and he's got a really good question there. They're going to say that it was all carry through, I'm sure. It looked from here like he got rolled, but
well, you have to be able to protect your goaltender. That's what the crease is for. You're supposed to stay out of there, but sometimes play kind of pushes you in. I don't know if Rudrood really resisted too much, but he's not a small man, and he fell completely on Justin Bach. But Bach has his mask back on, ready to get back to action, but the referees right now are taking the necessary time and talking to the coaching staff of the Hawks, trying to get some clarification. 7:48 left in the second period. Eden Prairie with 2 on the board this period to take a 3-goal lead.
Tempo, pace, and purpose is what I would describe the Eden Prairie game with, and their puck movement's been superlative.
They've been very intelligent tonight, too.
I don't know if I've seen this team play this well in 3 years in Eden Prairie. It's just a perfect hockey game right now.
Still got some hockey to play, though.
Oh, but at this point, halfway through,
absolutely.
If you're Lee Smith, Paul Ranheim, and Tom Gertis, you're nothing but thrilled with this addition, the way they're playing. Warner through center. He can be a game changer. Here he is across the line. Loses the handle. Rudrood is there. From the left wing, he can't get it out of the zone in his own zone, and back into the corner it goes. Warner is so dangerous there. Gets it up to the line. That was shoveled down by Kester. Back in behind to the right of Rosenlund it goes. Kester now will take over from the top of the right point. He walks, dangles over to the left wing side. Now he uses his footwork to get it back in behind. He has nothing but real estate. Goes back up high. There's a wrister back door. Oh, nice feed from Erickson. Found his man down low. Rosenlund wasn't fooled. Batchelder tried to kick it on a stick, couldn't get it there as it's picked up by Sully. He'll play this one back up to the left wing side. That's on the stick of Erickson. Now it's going to be the Hawks again. There's a shot that's deflected up off the back of the glass. Best sustained pressure here by the Hawks the entire hockey game. Back up to the line it goes. A good shift here. Warner finds his man walking. That one misses the mark. That opportunity from Goodrich. Now it's Played back into the corner and flipped and sent right back through wide of Bach, and icing the call as the Eagles get the much-needed whistle, and they'll get to change their unit.
Well, the Hawks are playing desperate hockey right now. We're about past the midway point of the second period. They're down by 3, but they're playing with desperation now. They're being a little bit more efficient in their strides, and they're moving the puck forward and really trying to funnel to the net. Eden Prairie doing a pretty good job of defending, but sent the puck down the ice to relieve some pressure, so Chaska's being very, very effective in the last sequence.
They'll lay this one over to the right wing side. There's a wrister that misses the mark. They'll hold it in once again as it's sent back in behind the net.
Well, it's going to be an offside. The puck just snuck out, but a bit of a delayed whistle. 6:08 to go in the second period. Eden Prairie holding on to a 5-2 advantage, but Chaska Hawks are starting to press in the offensive zone. Now they just have to solve the riddle, get between the dots and put some pressure on Axel Rosenlund. We haven't said his name too much in this period, but he's going to be called upon, I'm sure, the way this Chaska team has been playing.
Garrett Smith finds Jensen. His shot ramps up off the netting and out of play. It goes behind Bach. So we'll tee it up once again inside the Chaska Hawk zone.
Well, it was a good busy stick. I believe it was Calvin Barrett that put a stick on that one, but whenever Jensen gets the puck around the dots, you kind of hold your breath and move to the edge of your seat, but nice busy stick by the Hawk defender to ramp that one up and out of play. Face off now to box right.
Face-off win by the Hawks. It was a muddy one, but somehow Smith comes away with it. That shot by Jones missed the mark. This trio has been really effective here tonight. Jensen back at center ice, comes away with it. Going to play that one in. Here comes the heavy-hitting Garrett Smith as he's going to look at Magnuson. Gets it on him. Jones there to help out. Lavelle comes away with it. Turns away from Jones. Back at center ice it goes. Staying on it, nifty play by Pager. Oh, finds his man Jones to the backhand. Oh, he wanted to shovel it to Pager in the slot area. Nifty little dangle there by Jones. Magnuson takes him down, and they'll try to transition out of the zone. Lavelle finds Olmscheid. Olmscheid has Pitlick, leaves it off. Pitlick with a touch pass that's turned away. Here come the Eagles out of the zone. They're flying. Now it's going to be Jensen. Right wing side, Will Height loads it up. That's blocked. Jensen behind the back. What a save. Rebound. Oh, another big save by Bach. 2 beauties. Oh, my word. The Eagles with 2 golden opportunities.
And they're not done yet.
Will Height now on the forecheck. Lilliard in as well. Kester turned away. Now Will Height has Kester in his sights. He says, okay, we'll move it up here through the middle. Tried to find Warner. He was shivered on the play. Nifty job by Schultz. And a penalty coming up for interference.
Well, the puck actually went past the play, and they still elected to take the body, so it's going to be Eden Prairie that's going to go to the box on this one. Great opportunity for the Hawks, but what a great sequence by the Hawk goaltender, Justin Bach. Kept 2 or 3 solid grade A attempts out of the net, and then the follow-up fourth one wasn't quite so good, but really keeping his team in this game. And now a power play. It's going to be Schultz that's going to go for the Eagles. 2 minutes in the box, and now we're going to see the Hawks power play hovering around 29%, and the penalty kill for Eden Prairie about the 75% mark. So great opportunity for the Hawks to close the lead down.
Face-off pulled back by the Hawks. They have the man advantage. Late here in the period with 4:32 to go. Rosenlund goes down and makes the save.
Well, Eden Prairie defense doing a good job of blocking out, allowing Rosenlund to see the shot off Kester's stick. Kester, a left-handed shot, worked his way to the right to get a better angle. Pretty good shot on goal. But Rosenlund with nice focus tracked that puck in. Nary a second chance. Face off to his left.
Controlled now by the Hawks. Olmscheid, or check that. That was Warner with it. Gets it up for Kester. Kester's going to be pressured by Holt, who plays it back in behind for the Hawks. Chaska in control. Up to the line they go. Right along it goes Magnuson to the right wing, top of the circle. Kester dropped down, wanted the backdoor feed. Instead, it deflects to the corner, and Kester comes out of there. He'll leap back into the corner for Warner. Pitlick wanted to load it up. Puck rolled on him. Gets it back left side. Underneath the stick of Holt in front. Stick check there by the Eagles. That was Pager with a nice play there. Now it's going to be the Hawks. Kester, they're so dangerous, so skilled. Warner shoots. That one steered aside with the stick. I don't know if he got the paddle on that or not. It sounded like it from here. That was Rosenlund with the save. They go shallow angle. 57 to go on the man advantage. 3:35 to go in the second.
Well, really nice sequence by this Hawk team on the power play. They worked the puck. It was Chaska that really was the driving force on that one. Got the puck to Pitlick, but Holt did a nice job of keeping himself between the puck and the goal and forcing Pitlick into an area where he didn't really want to be. But good power play so far for the Hawks. They just have to get better quality shots on Rosenlund and beat him to close this lead. But 5-2 Eden Prairie, a man down. Been a pretty good kill so far for him, keeping things to the outside.
Off the face-off, it's going to be up to the line with Barrett. Plays back to the right side of Rosenlund as it's Argetsinger. Tries to jam it off the glass and out, but it's deflected up and out of play. They're going to say it's off a Hawk stick.
Well, Argetsinger showed a good burst to get to that puck. He kind of jumped the route on that one. What Chaska likes to do is send it around the wall behind the net, and they had a player all alone standing there. So nice job by Argetsinger to at least get the whistle on that play.
Argetsinger guides it ahead. They'll play this one rink wide. Barrett is there. Barrett's going to play this one back into the corner for Lavelle. He's going to turn it up to the right wing side as he's going to race. Bothered by Batchelder. Stays with it. A little escape off facing the boards as he's going to tuck it down to the right wing corner. Hawks in control in their offensive zone. They're moving from right to left if you're looking at the screen here. Benz is there as he comes away with it. Plays it back out of the corner. Up to the line they go. Faking the shot of the play was Lavelle. He's going to be pickpocketed there. Who else but Batchelder? Goodness gracious. Across the line. There's a shot in front. Jensen nearly bid. He's looking for the hat trick.
Well, Jensen's got 3 shorties on the year so far, but it was Batchelder that came out with speed. I think it was a misplay by Lavelle in the offensive zone, but Batchelder, he's got the energy today. Really put a pretty good pass a little later than I think he wanted on Jensen's stick, but very athletic. Still got the shot on goal, but nice job by Bach to keep that puck out of the net. We're back to 5-on-5 face-off, not a box left. 2:36 left in the second period. Chaska might have some residual energy off that power play. They did a really nice, effective job, just didn't score.
We have all but about 250 to 300 seats available here at Braemar Arena with the crowd. It's just terrific.
It's good stuff.
Bounding it on goal. Bach had a tough one to handle there. Did a nice job just to keep it out of the back of the net. That thing was all over the place.
Oh, can you imagine if he didn't make that save? Just the air would have come out of the place, but it was Rudrud that just sent the puck on net, took a bounce, and a little alley, but Bach did a nice job of keeping that puck out. An easy shot was a pretty challenging save for him. Hawks win the draw.
To the right wing side it goes as they try to get the line. They can't. We're 5-on-5 now, by the way, with 2:13 to go in the period. John Middlestad front. Oh, and just getting a glove on that. Stretching out to the left side from his feet was Bach. Oh, that hit Rudrud right in the derriere in the slot area as he is going to the net. Warner watches the puck as Rudrud rink wides the feed for Wilhite. Fights off a would-be checker. John Middlestad loads it up, misses the mark up high and wide. Keegan Langfeld's down the line. It goes. That's on Pitlick's stick. This is what he likes. Open ice. Looks to create through some legs there on Luke Middlestad. Still on it is Pitlick. His centering feed hits a pair of skates, and John Middlestad, and icing will be the call with 1:33 to go.
Well, Pitlick did a nice job of gaining the zone. It was 3-on-2 in transition for the Hawks, but it was Luke Middlestad that actually had good positioning, really forced him to the outside and really limited what would have been a good forward push until his Eden Prairie teammates came back down to support. But nice zone exit by the Chaska Hawks. Good speed through the neutral. They just have to solve the riddle of getting some pressure on Axel Rosenlund, force him to make a save. 1:33 left in the second period. Face off to Rosenlund's left.
Here come the Eagles. Back at center ice, it's swatted in by Barrett. They find an opening and sent in. Is Bach going to play this one? Nope. And icing the call once again.
Well, again, 1:16. You don't want to tempt fate too many times, but the faceoff's going to come all the way down into the Eden Prairie zone. They're up by three goals, so I think, relieve the pressure if you can, but don't take too many faceoffs in your own zone. You're tempting fate, and Chaska's really been a little bit better this period in the faceoff dot as well. Great opportunity for the Hawks.
They'll square up to the left of Rosenlund in the Eden Prairie zone. Jensen in against Lavelle as it's the Eagles that get the draw. Jack Jensen's just been crushing in the face-off circle here tonight. Kester, Wilhite gets a stick in him. He'll have to pick that one back up. Barrett now with it. finds Kester from the left wing side as he's going to work this one across the line. Sticks all over him as it's poked off it and sent right back in by a supporting Chaska Hawk. Now it's going to be Jensen with it across the line. Made a move and caught Wilhite in offside with 44 to go.
Well, again, when Jensen has the puck, he gets a lot of people's attention, but they actually stepped forward and forced him to make a cut, and Eden Prairie snuck into the zone a little bit early, hence the face-off outside the zone. 44 seconds left, kind of the nail-biting time for both coaching staffs. You want to finish the period strong. If you're Chaska, if you can punch one in, great, but you just want to finish the period strong, get some momentum and energy going into the locker room for the second break.
Kester, quick ahead it goes. That's off the stick of Holt. Jensen finds Holt, who sticks it on as he stood up by the defense there on his way through. I believe that was Fletcher that made the play. That was Barry, rather. Now it's up to the left wing side for Pitlick, watched by Jensen. And that's off the stick of Barry to the corner in the Eden Prairie zone, right wing side. Jensen swings it around to the left corner. Keegan Langfeld just swats at it and plays it the length of the ice. And we'll take the icing call back into Eden Prairie territory we go with 12.6 to go in the period.
Well, again, Coach Snuggerud knows the situation. He's got the big hitters out on the ice to finish out this period. 12.6 seconds left. Plenty of time if you're the Hawks. If you can win this faceoff, just get not only an initial shot, but perhaps a follow-up on Rosalind. So far, that's a riddle they haven't been able to solve this period.
Face-off by the Eagles. Off the glass to center with 8 seconds to go. Kester's going to backpedal. Not a lot of options there as that hits an Eagle with 2 seconds. He's going to just dribble that one in. Rosalind turns it aside. Had to make the save there at the close of the period, but what a period it was for the Eagles as they pick up the 5-2 lead with 2 goals of their own here.
Absolutely. The Eagles are testing the character of this Hawks team, and the Hawks are on the ropes. They haven't gone down yet, but they're down by 3 going into the third period. 17 minutes, they have to kind of get going, and they're going to have to start pretty early. But I think that's one of the better periods of hockey I think we've seen this Eden Prairie Eagles team play this year. They have focus, they have energy, they're making smart plays, they're taking good angles, and they're winning battles. And that's what I'm sure the coaching staff wanted going into this game, so you can check that box at least for the first 2 periods. But both teams are going to come out to play this third period. I promise you that.
Well, they will be ready to go, Bart Archer, and as we say in this business, the hardest part to do is to finish.
Yep.
I think it's easier said than done for many people. You don't want to get ahead of yourself. That much we know.
No, and Eden Prairie's a pretty good third period team, but I guess the goal disparity is probably the least as far as the Eagles. The Eagles have outscored their opponents in each period, but the third period they've shown some vulnerability. So the Chaska Hawks are a good enough quality team to come back in this contest, but the challenge is in front of them.
High school hockey tonight presented in part by, of course, Brew Pub Pizza and lots of matzah. Also by the Sportsman's Guide. Optimal goalie, Larry Grace Jr. Be sure to check him out. We'll hear from him throughout the playoffs as he's got a new look at goaltending and does all the things you need to off the ice. RJM Construction, Tradition Companies, the Herb Brooks Foundation. We'll continue our coverage as it is now 5-2 Eden Prairie after 2. Continue our between periods coverage here at the Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament, and we're joined by a very special guest. He's known as Matzah Matt. He from Brew Pub Pizza and lots of matzah. Matt, thanks for joining us here today. I know you're a busy guy, and we got lots to talk about. You've got some great product and some of the best ingredients in your pizzas for sure.
Hey, thanks, Pete. Thanks for having me. Yeah, absolutely. Brew Pub lots of matzah pizzas. Really, the ingredients for a great time, whether you're listening to a hockey game or whether you're enjoying the game and you want a treat afterwards. Brew Pub lots of matzahs are the way to go. Made with the finest ingredients, Pete. We've got the finest quality meat and veggie ingredients. We've got, of course, a couple of different varieties, too, that folks love, like the Mac Attack, which is a macaroni and cheese pizza. And then the best thing, the one thing that sets Brew Pub lots of matzah pizzas apart from the rest, over half a pound of award-winning Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. I've never heard anybody say, whoa, hold on the cheese. That's too much cheese. So we definitely have a great amount of cheese. We've got the great sauce and that thin crust for Brew Pub lots of matzah pizzas. It's the best around.
So seriously, whenever you buy a pizza from the grocery store, there's never enough cheese. But I have always known when I buy one of those, the Brew Pub lots of matzah, I'm more than pleased, more than happy, and it is perfect. You're right, the crust totally grooves. And here's the best part is between periods, what we do know is People like to get up. They like to move around. Now is the time. The oven's already heated up. Throw it in there. And it doesn't take that long to have these things out and ready because you're not baking a loaf of bread.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And, pizzas are the answer, whenever you're having friends over, or if it's it's a traditional Friday night pizza for the family, for mom and dad and the kids, or whatever the case may be. Brew Pub Lots of pizzas are the way to go. And the one thing I love about too, it's a filling pizza. Like, you buy some of the other brands that they just, you have one piece, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're just not satisfied. With the Brew Pub Lots of man, with those ingredients, with that cheese, you have a couple of pieces and boom, you are taken care of. It's a very hearty and just a great pizza.
Except no substitutes. The others are basically an appetizer. This is the meal. So let's talk about some of the things that you guys do. You've got some really cool things coming up, and especially supporting law enforcement. Matt, can you tell us a little bit about what's going on with that?
Yeah, absolutely. We're a local company, Pete. We've got a production facility in Maple Lake, Minnesota, so made right there. We've got a production facility in Kaukauna, Wisconsin. And one thing about Bernatello's Foods, Bernatello's is the company that owns the Brew Pub Lots of Matza, and we've got other brands as well. But we really support our veterans. We really support our law enforcement. We feel that it's very important to give back to those who serve us on a regular basis, an everyday basis. And so coming up here in May during National Law Enforcement Week, we're actually going to be tag teaming with a couple of different police departments, like one down in Sioux City. We're going to tag team with the Sioux City Police Department, the Edina Police Department, and then we're going to also tag team with Wausau PD over in Wisconsin. And we're going to host an event called Pizza with Police. The public is invited to come out, purchase a slice of pizza and a soda, and then we're going to donate that money back to a nonprofit organization. For example, in Minnesota, it's going to go back to Minnesota Law Enforcement Memorial Association, and they help pay for the funerals of men and women who have lost their lives in the line of duty. So a phenomenal organization, and we love giving back to veterans as well. So again, just a couple of groups of people that we really love to take care of.
That is absolutely incredible and great stuff by your organization. And how can anybody that's listening to this support and be a part of that?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you can first of all go to your local grocery store and pick up a Brew Pub Lots of Matza pizza all over the Twin Cities area, actually all over the upper Midwest, extend down to Kansas City, North Dakota, South Dakota, etc. So check us out online too. You can go to bernatellos.com or brewpubpizza.com. And first of all, get yourself a delicious pizza and then check out our webpage and find out when we're going to be at an event near you. We do a lot of country music festivals during the summer. We're going to be involved in a number of different things in Minnesota. So we're really excited to continue to get out there, shake hands, and let people experience a Brew Pub Lots of Matza pizza.
Fire that webpage past us real quick.
Yep, it's brewpubpizza.com. So you can go to brewpubpizza.com, and then you'll be able to follow us there. And, of course, on Facebook, too, at Brewpub Pizza.
And then finally, those of you that are part of youth programs know that the Brewpub Lots of Matza, Bernatello's, obviously the parent company, provides a great fundraising opportunity. And a lot of our listeners are parents that are on boards or coaches or leaders of youth organizations. Tell us how they can make money selling your pizzas for their organizations.
Yeah, this is so exciting. Everybody, families have a great opportunity to raise some funds for their youth teams, for their youth organizations, and it's so simple. So we, Brew Pub Lots of Matza, we tag team with a local grocery store. Folks that are involved with the team or the organization go out and sell coupons, and then those who buy the coupons can bring it into the grocery store and redeem them right there. So your kids aren't delivering the frozen pizza. So, I'm sure it's happened before where you forget about the pizza and then before you know it, it's in the back of the car and you forgot to take it to Sally's house. That's not how it is with our fundraiser. So, yes, again, check it out. Check out more information at our webpage, bernatellos.com or brewpubpizza.com. And we've got a lot of great information there on our fundraising. It really is, and it's helped out a lot of teams. Edina, I know, Youth Hockey Association and their high school does it as well. So, check it out. It'd be great for you to come on board.
That's awesome stuff. You don't turn the youth players into your delivery drivers. Instead, as we go to the store, we can pick it up and enjoy great product. Matt, be safe. I know you're out and about, and you're a very busy guy. Thanks for joining us here with the State High School Hockey Tournament coverage. Have yourself a great day, buddy.
Thank you so much, Pete. Appreciate the time.
We'll be back with more high school hockey coming up right after this. Subject matter now between periods here. State high school hockey tournament action continues, section and state tournament playoffs. And we're going to talk some goaltending, near and dear to my heart, with Larry Grace Jr. from Optimal Goaltending. And he is, I think in my mind, folks, got it all figured out. So as you're driving to the XL Energy Center and listening to us, or if you're at home listening, or you know a goaltender in your family, friends, or it could be your son, daughter, or you're a board member or a coach, this is going to be a discussion, I think, that's going to be very interesting and have a lot of impact on the position, which is a little bit, it's always been a little bit of a mystery. Wouldn't you agree? Welcome aboard, Larry. Good to see you.
Hey, thanks, Pete. Yeah, it's a huge mystery for everyone.
It is a huge mystery from the perspective of what is it? How does it work? You and I kind of come from the same background, where we had the great late Warren Strelo, who was very technical. And he had changed the position and how it was played. And obviously it's hybrided into this and that and the next thing. But there's a component that I think is the same. And you brought up a story about how when you were in high school, you didn't think about what you're eating, and now you are. So what you've got is more of an off-ice setup for what you do, as opposed to just, robotronic type of goaltending coaching. Can you talk a little bit about what you do and how you got to it?
Yeah, so what I do is I focus on everything off the ice. It can be anything from performance training, which most people would know as strength and conditioning, the mental part of the game, and just daily preparation. It could be for families who are on a limited budget and said, we want to give our child every opportunity to be a better goalie. How do we do this with this amount of money? So I deal with a wide range of things off the ice. And the whole goal of the program is to give every goalie an opportunity to be the best goalie that they can be, not be the best goalie. And so it's important for me to take everything as an individual and not just as the position of goalie.
So you talked about making them stronger, helping them become stronger, maybe not necessarily in every capacity. There's certain areas that you will focus on. So can you talk about, I think you said there's 3 components for what you do.
Yep. So it can be different for everyone. It could be the same for 2 goalies. If we're talking about maybe a high school goalie, they're looking more at the performance side of things combined with learning how to be a goalie. And what I mean by that is take away the game itself, but everything you do leading up to the game and how that's going to prepare you to perform. When we're talking about a younger goalie, maybe a squirt peewee goalie, we're working on building an athlete here. We're not worried about, can they do the reverse VH? Can they do a butterfly? How well do they push? I want to create a great athlete. I feel if I create a great athlete, the goaltending coach can then build a great goalie.
Let's go into the athlete part of it as you hone in on a great athlete. I don't want to give away your secret sauce, but what are some of the things, at areas of the body that you focus on to create that great athlete?
It's a great question, and I look at it differently. I feel that creating a great athlete is using games at the youngest levels, not anything specific for goaltending or even the sport of hockey itself. Taking a young boy, young girl, and forcing them to be an athlete. And what I mean by that is I'll give you a simple example of what I do with some of my younger kids. And we play a game that I call goalie volleyball. And what I've done is I've taken a court, shrunk it down with cones, and we have a center line. We don't have a net or anything like that, and we use a kid's bouncy ball. And the whole object of the game is for the team of 2 to kick the ball back and forth over the line using any body part. So they can use legs, feet, hands, head. And what I'm trying to do is force them not to think like a volleyball player, not to think like a soccer player, but think like an athlete and react to what is happening to the ball itself and working with your teammate.
What type of growth have you seen in young athletes? Because it's sometimes, and I've been in coaching environments where, God-given fast twitch muscles, there's things that work for people and others that don't, and some you just say, well, I don't know if we're going to get too much out of this one here, but we'll do the best we can. God bless him, great kid. But how much can you maximize out of athletes or goaltenders from various levels of tools that they give you?
The tools that they give me, I can take and maximize them by 100. If they're committed to it and they have a passion for it, they're going to get a ton out of this. Just like anything else in life, if you put something into it, you're going to get something out of it. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that every goalie that works with me is going to make it to the NHL, but I guarantee that any goalie that works with me will be a better goalie tomorrow than they were today. And that's all done by thinking of everyone as an individual and not a goalie.
What do you think goaltenders today's biggest need from an athleticism perspective is? Is it in their feet? Is it in their hips, hands? What is it?
That's a very interesting question. And I did recently just speak with a college goalie coach who had a really unique perspective on this, where he brought up, if we look at European goalies, they have great feet because they play soccer all the time over there. And if you look at American goalies or North American goalies, they've got great hands for the most part. And so when he talked about that, it really resonated with me that that's what I'm trying to do. I want complete athletes who use their hands, use their feet, use their brains, use their eyes. They're not robotic. The one thing I've heard from several goalie coaches from the NHL down to the youth level and everywhere.
We welcome you back to Braemar Arena, where we get ready to start what will be an entertaining third period as the Eagles and the Hawks are embarked in a terrific hockey game here, Bart Archer.
Well, indeed they are, P. Wagner. I think the onus is obviously on the Chaska Hawks, being down by 3, 5-2 as your score going into this third period. Chaska's showed some life primarily on the power play, but they just aren't getting into the scoring areas that they're used to getting into. So Eden Prairie playing very sound defensively. Goals that period, it was Batchelder that started the scoring at the 5:16 mark, scoring his second goal of the game, his 7th of the year. That was unassisted, gave Eden Prairie some energy. And then it was Jensen with his 33rd second of the game as well from Will Height and John Middlestead at 8:47. So shots on goal that period, 11 for Eden Prairie, 3 for Chaska. That number's going to have to grow if Chaska's going to have a chance for success tonight. Challenges in front of them. They got 17 minutes to turn this thing around.
Hawks will take possession off the opening face-off of the third period. They got to throw their caution to the wind, bring some extra men into the play, and we'll see what they do. There's a save by Rosenlund out of the box. Will Height tried to play that one ahead. The best surge you can see right off the draw. This was a focused Chaska Hawk team. I'm sure they have the talk, we've come too far to just go away, and you got to live for tomorrow by each shift. Benz with it. To the corner they go, up to the slot. That's off Jensen's stick. Olmscheid plays this back in behind. Keegan Langfels fishes this off. Left wing for John Middlestead. Look for Jensen. That misses the mark. And now it's going to be played over to the right wing side. Jack Jensen lifts that one up through the neutral zone. Gathered in by the Hawks. Long pass too far. And icing, your call back into the Hawk zone we go.
Well, if you're Coach Dave Snuggerud, you have to like the initial start from the Chaska Hawks. They really took Eden Prairie and made them defend in their own zone, and Eden Prairie showing their commitment to defense. They really kind of pushing everything to the outside, but good start for the Hawks, but now it's going to come all the way down into the Hawk zone for faceoff to Justin box left. 16:05, we're 55 seconds in, but Chaska's showing some good life. That bodes well for the Hawk fans.
From the right wing side, it's played back into the neutral zone. Here they come, the Hawks across the line. Argetsinger was there. Ooh, down goes a Hawk player. Wants the call, isn't going to get it. Lost the edge. And the boards greeted him.
Well, and that's Red Pitlick as well. He got up, so no harm, no foul, but everybody gasped a little bit because he went into the end wall pretty hard, but no worse for the wear. The faceoff is going to come outside the Eden Prairie zone, so a bit of a break for this Eden Prairie squad, but it looks like there's really good focus and energy by this Hawks team, so Eden Prairie's going to have to earn this. 15:48 left in regulation time, but Eden Prairie's going to be tested, and Roseland's going to have to come up big, but the Hawks need to get on their horse here pretty quick and get some positives, get the puck in the net.
I've always said in hockey, it's really interesting. It's one thing to have a surge of energy to start. There's a shot by Pitlick. Rebound! Rosenlund the save. It's a whole other to maintain it.
Absolutely, and that's the challenge tonight, but it was Warner that did a nice job. It was a good shot on goal. Rosenlund kind of made the initial save, but the puck kind of danced up, and it was Warner that tried to bat that out of the air. He actually had some success, but again, good positioning by Rosenlund, the Eden Prairie goaltender, to keep that puck out of the net. He hasn't been tested often, but he's risen to the occasion more often than not, and that's what good teams need, is good goaltending to close out games. As you said, Pete, it's hard to close these games out, especially with the pushback from this Chaska Hawks. Chaska's got, I was going to say, they got 6 guys on the ice.
We've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got a bunch of little kids rocking on the glass right now, and they're about to knock it over. And the ref is telling them to get off the glass. And then they got an idiot parent chirping at the ref as they let their kids fall through the glass and kill themselves.
All right.
Parenting 101 right here. Oh, my God.
Well,
and now there's more of them.
Once you get in the arena, there are no holds. Yeah, it's a no-holds-barred situation.
That's awesome. Teach your kids what authority is all about, you idiot. Wow, how about the old man? Get off my lawn.
Right.
Millennials and parenting. Pitlick plays that one in front, spoken by a Truexer. Now it's going to be Will Height across the line. Puts on the brakes from the corner. Pager comes away with it. I'm getting to be an old man, aren't I? Will Height jammed on the play.
You're starting to catch up.
I'll never catch up. Schultz now comes away with it. Looks ahead to Will Height. Oh, Jensen on the tape. Oh, what a save made by Bach. Jack Jensen has had a couple of terrific looks. He's already got 2 on the ledger, Bart Archer.
Yeah, and Bach actually committed a little early on that one, so there's a lot of area in the upper part of that net, but he opted to go low.
Drop pass at the line. That's Bronson. Ooh, shot that came in as Rosenlund had to take a bounding puck and made the play. Will Height will just chop at it. And that one goes just wide of Bach as it bounces off the end boards with 14:26 to go.
Well, I don't think it's the method that Coach Lee Smith wants, but with the face-off success that Eden Prairie's had, they're content to just chip it down the ice, burn some clock, and get a chance to reset and put the proper personnel out there. But the Hawks getting some opportunities with offensive zone face-offs. They just have to get a little bit more successful in the dot and maintain possession, get some shots on Rosenlund.
Face-off win by the Hawks. Clean one by Warner. Down the line goes Kester. He tries to find it to the slot. Puck's rolling around. Now it's pushed up high. Warner comes away, top of the right circle, skates down behind the net, chips it off the glass.
Ooh.
Jammed on the play.
High stick,
heavily by Middlestedt. And now it's going to be Jones across the line. Jones, pad save. Good one by Bach. Turned up high to the line, sent in by Smith. Getting underneath a check from Bronson was Jones. Turnover forced by Rudrud. Rudrud comes away with it up high. That's deflected off the stick of Smith. Jones has an angle on it. You can't get the body on him as he's so wiry as the big man Warner tried to rail him into next week, try to send him back to Eden Prairie.
He's elusive.
He got away from the check as the Eagles try to work the offensive zone. 13:35 to go. That's off the skates of the Eagles captain, Jack Jensen, in on goal. Rosenlund the save off the Kester bid. He takes a shot at Langfeld. Jensen came in. So both those guys are solid 3-4 inches taller. I wouldn't want to go in that one if I were him.
Well, I don't think it's the physical confrontation. It's a distraction. Kessler came in, got a pretty good shot on goal, but then he kind of went after, I think it was Jensen, but not really. You don't want to kind of poke the bear, so to speak, but Kessler at least trying to get involved in a nice forward push, but I don't think he's got the mass to be able to contend with those big timbers.
Well, there's 2 of them.
Odds weren't in his favor.
Cam Langfeld's jammed by Olmscheid. And now back into the Eden Prairie zone it goes. Argetsinger looks ahead. Now Jensen with it. Gets away from one man. At the line, spun off the puck. Picked off. There's a shot by Holt that doesn't get through. 13 minutes remaining in the period as that one misses the mark. Now they're going to take this one back up to the neutral zone with Argetsinger. He's going to tuck it right back in. Wide of the mark it goes. Now it's Holt with it. Dances away from traffic, looks down low as that's going to dribble its way back up into the neutral zone. They get away from Cam Langfeld. It's Warnered in hard on the net, and it knocks off its posts. It's a good hockey play. Going to the net hard.
Well, it is, and it's Warner. He's not a small man. He's a senior with a nose for the net. He tried to beeline it, but Argensinger took a bit of an exception to it. Warner couldn't get out of the way of the net, and he went into the side of the net with some authority. He's up and no problem found, but boy, Argensinger's not a small man as well. But those are the battles that you have to win. Eden Prairie survived that one. Rosenlund did a nice job of keeping that puck out of the net.
It's been a good start of the period for the Hawks as they've started to do the things they need to do to get chances offensively.
But that time just keeps ticking down. 12:36 left in regulation time. They got to get on their horse and at least get one in and get some energy and see if they can get the emotion and the confidence of Eden Prairie to dip. I don't think that it's going to be an easy thing to do.
It's the playoffs, and we've seen stranger things happen. 3-goal lead is certainly not insurmountable.
Absolutely.
Pitlick will lay that one back into the Eden Prairie zone as it's Cam Langfelds out of the left corner. His pass misses the mark for John Middlestedt as Pitlick was there to disrupt that, and it's going to work its way back into the Eden Prairie zone off the icing call.
Well, just a bit of a misplay by Eden Prairie. It was actually Rudrud with, I believe, some speed that they could have hit, but he opted to go up the left wing side. Just a misplay, face off all the way down to Rosenland's left.
Rudrud and Warner in on goal. Rosenland quickly down to cover.
Well, that was Rudrud that actually pushed that toward his goaltender. He won the faceoff and just pushed it into an area, but it made it all the way to the goaltender. So Rudrud with a shot on goal, but a nice save by kidding. But faceoff is going to be to Rosenland's left. Now
Rudrud heads out. Jensen's going to walk in and take the draw.
Against Warner.
And Warner gets it again. Ben's poked off his stick. Oh, John Middlestead with it through center. He's got Jensen and Wilhite with him. Middlestead, after burners to the outside, wanted the short side off the back of the net. Now he's going to be checked to the right corner. It's going to be John Middlestead watching as it's going to be gathered in by the Hawks. Here they come back through center. To the left wing side they go. Rister, nice little inside-out move on the rush there by Rhett Pitlick. Now it's going to be Argetzinger. He has to get away from Pitlick, who went down to try to get the stick on it. Nice play by Pitlick to force a turnover. Sent right back into Eden Prairie territory. Someone lost the stick.
Well, that's a penalty. Argetzinger.
Yep. Stick went flying there, and the backside ref saw it. Power play coming up here for the Hawks. A big moment in this hockey game. Argetzinger to the bin. Second power play for Chaska.
Well, that's where you have to govern your emotions. It was Pitlick that actually took the feed out from Argetzinger. He took exception, gave him a little bit of a stick, and the referee, as you said, the back referee did call that one. So great opportunity for the Hawks. 29% power play. Boy, they're looking to punch it in here. It would change the complexion, but the challenge now in front of Eden Prairie to pick up their teammate.
Back up to the line it goes.
Oh, they're both going to go.
There's a little Luke Middlestead.
And Shane Lavelle.
You don't want, well, I mean, it's probably if you're both, it's a fair exchange, I would say, for each squad. Lavelle, one of the top players here on the Chaska Hawks, 38 points on the season.
Well, Middlestead's showing some emotion on that one, but they sparred a little bit. But two pretty big primary players off for both teams. But it's going to be still going to be 5-on-4. Hawks with the man advantage moving forward in offense's zone face out to Rosenland's right. 11:38 left in regulation time. 1:56 left in the penalty to Max Argetzinger.
Off the glass it goes. Pitlick. Now it's going to be still 5-on-4 for 143. There's a shot through traffic. Rosenland makes the read. Benz is there.
Oh, my
on the left
word.
wing side. Schultz gets into it in front of the net now.
Well,
now they know they're both going, so now they're going to be tough guys.
Yeah, well, Olmscheid just got a little aggressive, and they need him on the ice. He's not going to help them from the penalty box, so I think a little lack of discipline on both sides. Why Schultz is going, I'm not 100% sure. Maybe something preceded that, but at least they're taking both, so no sincere advantage to either team. But I just thought the Hawks overplayed that a little bit as far as Olmscheid, and they need him on the ice. He's a primary player.
You know, it's contested. It's playoff hockey. It gets a little bit edgy, and they're battling. Oh, my word. These guys are out of control. Act like you've been there. This guy just jumped up over the glass and starts yelling at the ref.
Yeah.
I mean, like I've never seen anything like it.
I think a village is missing somebody.
Off the side of the net, in on goal.
Boy, it's a really good shot by Red Pitlick from the offensive left dot, just on top of the dot. He was one-on-one virtually against Rosenland. Rosenland did a nice job of tracking the puck, but then it was the follow-up that got a little owly. I think it was Bronson down low that was looking for a second chance, but Eden Prairie doing a responsible job of blocking out and giving the goaltender a chance to save the puck. 1:27 left in the penalty to Eden Prairie's Argetzinger.
Quick face-off win. Jensen to Keegan Langfells, who wrists it down the ice. Holt can fly. Force the situation. They clear it up to the right wing boards, and Drew Holt chases it down. Comes away with it, though, but there's a good play by Pitlick to get it away from him in the neutral zone. Now they'll cross the line, in on goal. Batchelder, he's been getting these right off the crest of the sweater.
Well, he's playing confident, too. He's outside the blue, and it was Kessler that took that shot from the top of the left hash. But it was, as you said, Rosenland took it right in the crest, held on to that. But at least Kessler got a pretty good look, but Rosenland answered the bell once again.
Jensen, another draw. Holt to center. He has Kester looking to get an angle. Holt cuts across to Mr. Hockey finalist, who says no. Takes it right away from him on a nifty play. Credit the sophomore for looking for some creativity there.
Yeah, Kester took a good angle on that one, too.
50 to go in the power play. Muscle move to the net by Warner. There's a shot. Rosenland barely recovered to get to the right side. Now they're out of Roseland's right corner for Kessler. He gets it up to the line. Pitlick now from the low right circle, walks to the slot. That hit his man, Bronson in front, in on goal. And a big save made there by Rosenlund, and set into a heap was Warner by Pager.
Well, I think that was a good play by Pager. Somebody had to kind of stop Warner. He's a big man, and he's beelining it right to that goal area. They have to interrupt his progress. But I thought that was a responsible play by Sam Pager on that one to let him know it's going to be a tough road to hoe so far. But you have to appreciate Warner's desire and effort to get to that scoring area. But just 34 seconds left in the penalty. It seems like it's never ending for Matt Sargensinger.
No doubt.
But still, great opportunity for this Chaska team, but Eden Prairie doing a good job of defending so far.
Up to the line, but not out. Big collision shot off the crossbar. Oh, that hits Roseland on its way through from Magnuson. Hawks looking to cut the deficit here. There's a little move inside out. Penalty coming up. This is going to be on the Eagles. A slashing goal. 16 to go, a 5-on-3 time.
Well, this is proof that it's very hard to finish out a game, and as John Middlestead is not happy about that call, but it's going to be a tripping call. But that's what happens when you move your feet with the puck. You force some sticks into the area, and it was Middlestead that took that tripping penalty. Now for 16 seconds, it's 5-on-3. I don't think Coach Snugger is going to get a better opportunity, so he's going to pull out all the stops on this one. Very important face-off for the Eden Prairie Eagles squad. It's going to be Carson Jones that's going to take this face-off.
It was really dicey down there. There's no room in the Eden Prairie Inn.
Well, I hope they all get along.
At their, that's not a pillow.
How about them Bears? Very important face-off for both teams. Emphasis on Eden Prairie.
Jones and Warner. Jones a draw. Langfell's tried to clear, but there's Pitlick to take it away. Walks from the right circle. Now up high he goes. Now Barry, they're going to collapse his power play down low on the 5-on-3. They want to score quick. Kester with it. They want him to shoot. That hits traffic. Cleared, but not out. Here's Barry. A shot. Rosenlund down. There's another shot. Good save and a beauty out of the butterfly. They're down one with 1:37 to go in it. 9:32 to go in the period. Here come the Hawks up high. Now it's going to be handled down to Pitlick. Pitlick now, he's going to be watched by Keegan Langfeld. Snapper! That one up over the top of the goal. Jones tries to win the foot race, gets some support from Argensinger, who finished serving his minor, which started all of this. Back off to the side of the net it goes for Bach, and now it's a $1.15 in the power play for the Hawks, who are officially 0 for 2 on it. Bronson has it, loses the handle, poked away here. The Hawks will fan on this one. Smith watched his man in the neutral zone, guided back in behind, under 9 minutes to go now at 8:58. Up to the line, Pitlick is there, hangs onto it, goes over to Kester, top of the right circle, walk, shoots, scores! Kester dangles, buries it. It's 5-3 on the power play.
Well, that's going to change the complexion. Just 53 seconds left in the penalty to John Middlestead, and that just shows what a big call that was. But he just danced around, and he's a left-handed shot on the right side, so he had a pretty good angle. Just went up and over the shoulder. Rosenlund gives his team a little bit of life, a little bit of energy. Boy, if Eden Prairie could have killed that off, that would have lifted their bench quite a bit. But now the energy is with the Hawks. They see some hope. 8:51, so plenty of time. Eden Prairie did a pretty good job of defending, but it was just the numbers that overwhelmed him, and a nice job by the sniper for Kester, and that's his 20th goal of the season, his 8th on the power play, but nice little level for that young man to get to, and what a big goal it was.
If you're Lee Smith's Eagles, you need to respond. Here come the Hawks. If you're the Hawks, you need to keep going. Cam Langfell's with it. Whistle on the play. There's a penalty. Now Jack Jensen's going to go.
Well, this
looks
is
like
where
a Hawk is going to go too. It's going to be Mike Kester.
Well, that's a tit for tat if you think about it, too,
No, it's not Kester.
Okay. Well, either way.
Side, I think, again.
Okay, well, that's still a pretty big gun for both of these teams in the box, and that's where the emotional discipline comes into. You have to keep your emotions in check. The team that governs the emotions the best are going to have a greater chance of success, but we're still going to be 5-on-5, but it's not going to be just 2 minutes. It's going to be 2 minutes till the next whistle.
Just came over and called a timeout for the Eagles. Lee Smith is going to stop the emotions in the building and say, okay, you're getting sucked into this game right now.
I think that's a very astute call by the Eden Prairie coach. He's got a wealth of experience, especially in very important situations like this, and I think this is good for Coach Snuggerud as well. Just it's not going to take their energy away. It can just get them to refocus, but I think that the Eden Prairie just has to hit a little bit of a reset. They're starting to chase the play. They're starting to let their emotions come into play right now. 8:42 for moving on, but 2-goal lead, but Eden Prairie just hitting the reset button to get everybody settled down and refocused.
There's Billy Bronson, the senior defenseman. And Jack Jensen for the Eagles.
Well, at first blush, everybody would say there's an advantage for Chaska to have Jensen in the box, but Billy Bronson's been a very primary player for this Chaska team, so they're going to miss him as well, but it's going to make it very interesting. But Pete, the point I was trying to make that I always do when they get coincidentals is it's not just going to be 2 minutes. I mean, it's going to be 2 minutes until the whistle, and this could be a situation where they might be 3, 4, 5 minutes into the box, depending upon the whistles. 8:42 left in regulation time.
Wow. I mean, this has just been a game that's all over the map in a great way.
Absolutely. You can feel the intensity. You can cut it with the proverbial knife in here. This is what the atmosphere should be. This is what we've been looking forward to all year.
The Eagles set up residence in the Chaska Hawks zone for the first 2 periods, really.
Yep.
And now the Hawks have expelled them, and they're setting up residence in the Eden Prairie zone. And the power play certainly helped. There's a puck to center. A motivated John Middlestad has Will Height with him. Middlestad shoots. Score!
Oh, my word.
Oh, that looked like Casey Middlestad reincarnated. 6-3 Eagle. Holy smokes. Off the timeout.
Well, and for John Middlestad, that's goal number 12, but he hasn't scored a bigger goal than that one. But as you said, he felt kind of responsible taking that penalty. He thought it was unjustified, but he was very motivated. A very good choice of words going down because he wasn't going to be denied on that one.
You could see it off the
draw.
draw.
Absolutely. But you can see Justin Bach, I think, got a handle on that one, but it just trickled through. But now the lead's back to 3. Energy on the Eden Prairie side. So big timeout by Coach Lee Smith. Well done. 8:29 left to go in this period. Chaska, once again, got to get back on their horse.
Now it's going to be Keegan Langfels. Rudrud deflects that one in. Kester behind the net as Will Height watching him. Kester off the boards as he's going to work it up the left wing side. It's 5-on-5 with Bronson and Jensen off till the next whistle after the penalties. Kester bidding for goal number 21 off the boards to center ice. It's going to be Barry to regroup into his own zone. Barry with it. Long pass ahead. That's going to be a nice missed Argetsinger as he tried to knock that one down with his stick.
Well, I think it's going to be Keegan Langfels is going to get the official primary assist on that one, 7:55. Now we're under 8 minutes. Obviously, if you're Coach Snuggerud, you really have to put your feet to the fire on this one. You can't just look at it where we got to get 3 goals. There's no grand slam or 3-run homer in hockey, so you're just going to have to break it down. The next 2 minutes, they're going to try to punch one in and then move forward from there, but time is of the essence.
Back up ice they go. Long pass misses the mark. Rosenlund up high off the glass. Pitlick is there. Now Jones sends it to center. He's going to kick it to safety as he's going to have to race this one down. No ice on the play. 7:35 to go in the period. Now it's going to be Batchelder. Plays it to the open wing. Now out of their right corner, it's going to be Warner. Looks back up to the high right wing side. Barry is there. Now across the line. Barry's brought down on the play. Now it's going to be Langfels, Cam Langfels. Now Pitlick out of the corner. He'll let a quick shot go that Rosenlund takes inside, and there's Warner. One thing they do is they'll lean in on the goaltender,
yep,
and then that's going to incite the defense. They've been definitely doing what they need to do to get the goaltender off his game, but it's not working with Rosenlund.
No, in fact, Eden Prairie playing quite well. Actually, it was Pitlick that worked his way around the end wall out to the offensive right dot, turned and fired a pretty good shot on Rosenlund, but it was Warner once again leaning, as you said, on the goaltender. And Argetsinger and Warner have had a little bit of a battle all game long, but I understand what Warner's trying to do. He's being very effective, but nice job by Argetsinger to limit that, at least make him pay a little bit of a price.
John Middlestad with it, works his way across the line. That one misses the mark, and now it's going to be the Hawks that try to play this one through. Schultz comes away with it. Icing the call.
Well, he was on his side of the red line, so not really what you want to do. I was going to say that Eden Prairie just content to get the red line and dump it down and get to work, but it was Schultz that actually let that one go a little early, so faceoff comes all the way down to Rosenlund's right. 6:55 left in regulation time. Eden Prairie up by 3, 6-3.
Coming up later tonight, more of action for you here from Braemar Arena. Bart and I will be on the call with Minnetonka and Holy Family Catholic. Should be a knockdown, drag-out battle. Bounding puck in on goal, stuck out of there by Rosenlund to his left. Rudrud plays to the line, but not out. And now it's going to be handled at center by the Hawks. Olmscheid rings the boards. 6:27. Clock now really becoming a problem here for the Hawks as this thing's winding down. Got to start cutting into that 3-goal deficit. They did, and then that timeout changed everything with John Middlestad sniping. Schultz, that's off the stick. Still in the box is Bronson and Jack Jensen. They'll watch their man to the corner. Pitlick plays this one back in behind. Off the boards, icing the call. They'll get to spring the two combatants. And now the full rosters will be back intact.
Well, and that was 3 minutes and some change, I think, or just around the 3-minute mark. So that was the point that I was trying to emphasize is it's not just a 2-minute penalty. They don't open the door and let you go. So, but both coaches have full resources to work within. But as you said, just 2 ticks under 6 minutes to go. Not only are the Hawks trying to defend against Eden Prairie, but now they have to worry about the clock moving forward. But offensive zone faceoff, they got to win these draws, Pete. Eden Prairie wins and just shifts it down, so it's going to be another offensive zone faceoff for the Hawks. But Eden Prairie having good success in the dots, but they're just sending it down, burning some time. That burned a whole 7 seconds, but again, you're tempting fate if you're the Eagles. Great opportunity for the Hawks, though.
Jensen now to lean in to take the draw against Owen Thomas. Pitlick up to the line, that's deflected. Now it's picked up by Luke Middlestad off the glass, knocked down by the stick by Pitlick. What a bunch of skill that kid possesses. It's incredible. Pitlick off the corner. Ooh, nearly squirted that one through. Jensen ahead to Jones with Smith to the net. Jones controls to the left side, back door. Oh, and Jensen bid for the hat trick there. They try to take him from the corner. That was Kester. Future Gopher teammates. Kester leans in on Jones. 5:20 to go. Here come the Hawks. Left wing side across the line. Warner pickpocketed there. There's a wrister. Pad save, Rosenlund. And they're going to peel up. Oh, Thomas with the shot on Jones.
Right in front of the referee, no call. I'd be angry if I was Jones.
Okay, so you can't see it on the TV, but every time Rosenlund makes the save, I get going to the net hard. That's part of the game.
Yep.
But when you do kind of the, for lack of better words, the ass check into the goaltender, or you back in, you kind of barrel him, or you have your stick right into the facial region, then it starts crossing the line there.
Absolutely. I don't disagree with
and
that.
In my day, you'd get a stick right between the wickets. And
Absolutely.
It would be from a lifting angle, and you wouldn't do it again. They don't do that anymore these days because Billy Smith doesn't play.
Right.
But then what happens then is the defensemen get engaged.
Yep.
But they didn't take anybody there, which was great. Let's play 5-on-5 here. Pad save, rebound. Oh, and another one.
Oh, boy.
Rosenlund the save, and there are the Eagles like boxing out, if you will, to keep the Hawks from working their way into the goal mouth area.
Well, that's what you need to do. But
Well done.
Rosenlund's made a couple pretty big saves when they needed him to make. But as you said, they're still getting the shots as far as the Hawks. But a good job of blocking out by this Eden Prairie squad. Tried to make a line change, and they were denied. So it's going to be Rudrud against Shane Laval in the faceoff circle. Now it's going to be Batchelder against Laval.
Oh, broken stick. They forsake Batchelder to the line. There's a shot that hits a man on the way in. Rudrud can skate. He's going to break it up the left wing side. He's on his off wing, goes to the backhand, misses the mark. Behind the net it goes. The Hawks will look to win the battle. 4:50 to go in the period. Rudrud plays the body, gets a little bit of help from Holt. John Middlestad now trolls up high as F3. Now it's going to be Middlestad with it off the boards. Holt tries to work it in deep. He does. They're going to force the Hawks to go 200 feet off of this breakout with 4.5 to go in the period. Will Height was there. Back in around it goes. Cam Langfels waits at center, makes a nifty play ahead to John Middlestad as they'll play this one on the angle. It'll be Will Height there, watched on the play by Magnuson. They push that one wide of the mark. Will Height again with it, checked on the play. Eagles in the offensive zone now. 4:10 to go in the period. Jensen from the corner now. John Middlestad shot up high. Ooh, that was stopped by Bach. Nifty job there. Swatted at. They'll play this one through to the right wing side. Will Height shot. That's blocked. They try to send that one through again. Now it's going to be picked up by Argensinger. His wrister turned aside. Nifty job there by Bach again. 3:45 to go in the third period. Back into Eden Prairie territory it goes. They'll be able to finally get the broken stick of Batchelder off the ice as it was there for some time.
And it didn't come into play, which is a little bit unusual. Not a bad time perhaps for Coach Snugger to entertain taking a timeout. Just hit the reset, rest his ones. But 3:40 to go, down by 3. might be a good time to hit the reset button, but he knows far more about these things than I do. But
I think
face-off.
the ones are out there right now, so after they go, then you do it.
There you go. I like that. Your eyes are better than mine, Pete.
I wouldn't go that far. Just shot in on goal. Nice save made there by Bach. He didn't like where the rebound went, but he had to look through traffic. Made a nice save.
Yeah, he did, and that was on Smith. Good turn and fire by Smith.
I can tell by the goalie's head reaction. You can tell. There's a puck that gets past the outstretched hand of the defense, and Bronson and icing the call. Back the other way we go. 3:20 to go.
Well, Bronson did a pretty good, put forth a pretty good effort to try to keep that puck in. He reached for it, try to keep the puck in the offensive zone, but at least it's a chance for both teams to change personnel if they so choose. But the faceoff is going to be to Rosenland's right. 3:20 left in regulation time. Time is obviously going very, very quickly for Hawk fans and taking forever if you're an Eagle supporter as well. So a tough time, but it's going to be interesting from this point forward.
Schultz tries to kick it up along the line. There's 3 Hawks taking the board.
He's out of the goal.
Board's away. That's right. Bach is out of the net. That one goes up off the dasher and into the pocket of Tom Gertis.
Boy, and the Hawks are being very aggressive going after the puck. They had 4 players along the half wall contesting against 2 Eden Prairie Eagles, so they understand the gravity of the situation right now. Again, another offensive zone faceoff for the Hawks, and they got a lot of gold jerseys out there, so that it all starts with winning this faceoff and getting possession.
Face-off win, up to the line. There's a wrister that's deflected up and out of play. They got Warnered at the right point right now. Out-of-town scoreboard shows Edina on top of Blake by a score of 3-1. However, it was the Bears that struck first in the early going there. Lakeville North shuts down Owatonna 4-1, so we have the north-south matchup. Duluth East finishes off Cloquet-Esco Carleton 5-2. It's Brainerd. Dave Austin is Warriors 4-2 winners over the Rams of Roseau.
Oh, boy.
2 teams in the top 20. Olmscheid backdoor. Ooh, they had Warner in front. They're collapsing right down on the top of the blue paint. Pitlick from the right corner gets it back up high to the line. This is a power play, if you will, 6-on-5. Jensen looks to win the battle. Batchelder hits his man on the way out. Then it hits Jensen in the right spot off his leg. It's going to be Bronson to regroup with 2.5 to go in the period. Magnuson now from the right side, back up at center ice, poked away there by John Middlestad. It's going to be the Hawks that have to regroup. They'll try to work their way through center. That was nearly picked off by Jensen, who would have been off to the races. Back in behind the net, it's going to be Luke Middlestad to play this one around. That's underneath Olmscheid's stick. Luke Middlestad gets it back, zings it down. That's going to be an icing call. I think he'll take that all day long with 2:09 to go.
Yeah, and he didn't miss by much, but kind of a trying moment. It almost went on Jack Jensen's stick and Batchelder as well. So Hawks are getting on the Eden Prairie puck carriers in a hurry, but really creating some fits for this Eden Prairie team. But they're very calm and poised, and their positioning is actually very, very good. I think it's a timeout now by Coach Snuggerud and the Hawks. Give them a chance to reset, rest, as you said, the primaries, and get back after it. 2:08. And as you said, Pete, we've seen some squirrely things in our years covering high school hockey.
They're starting to beat the exits. Well, they're all the Chaska side clearing out pretty quickly.
Well,
a lot of heart and soul here today. Hill Murray wins in overtime by a score of 3-2 over Tartan.
How about that?
Benilde St. Margaret's with that late goal by Cooper Gay wins 3-2. So far in 2 games, the Benilde St. Margaret's Red Knights have scored a total of 10 goals, and if my math serves me correct, none of their first-line guys have scored a point.
Yeah,
very impressive.
I think you're right. In fact, they were very impressive as far as the forward speed against Holy Angels coming into that contest. But that's a big win for Benilde St. Margaret's. They get forward to, can look forward to
Edina or Blake.
Edina or Blake as it stands, and Edina holding a modest lead over the Bears. Boy.
Andover winners over Elk River Zimmerman in 7AA action, 8-0. So they'll be taking on the Hounds of Duluth East and Amsoil. I can hear it now. Mike Randolph will have a coaching jam, and everybody's going to be arguing, oh, it's Amsoil, it's a home game. They play at Heritage.
Right, but I just think that
Lakeville South crushes Hastings 8-1, so they'll be taking on North. White Bear Lake says see you to Roseville 7-2. And we know where that one's going. It's going to be White Bear Lake and Hill Murray looking to square off in the 4AA.
Here we go, back to action.
Face-off win by the Eagles. It's Keegan Langfells around the rail. Now it's going to be shoveled ahead. And the length of the ice will work its way in. It's right down the middle. Corner pocket! They score!
Was that Jensen?
It might have been Jensen. He was waving to the crowd like it was him. We'll find out. If it is, it's the hat trick for him as he continues to dazzle.
Well, I don't think Eden Prairie really cares the fact that they got the marker on the board, but it was a good calculated shot. But, boy, your heart goes out to Chaska. They showed a lot of resiliency and a lot of character playing as hard as they did this period. They knew what was on the line, and obviously 1:55 to go. Eden Prairie up by 4. But Chaska, be proud of your effort tonight. You ran into a team that was very focused and very determined to win this game.
Luke Middlestad gets that one unassisted. Eagles win the draw. That's Garrett Smith wide of the mark. 7-3 is the score. That number is correct. And back into Eden Prairie territory it goes. Now it's going to be Pager with it to the left wing side for Smith. Looked ahead for Rudrud. Warner was there, and now it's going to be handled back out of the corner by Barrett. He's jammed on the play. Rudrud comes in on his man, 1:27 to go. Hawks through center. That's off a stick. And now it's going to be Smith with it. Garrett Smith across center. Flips that one into the stick of the goaltender, Justin Bach, with 1:13 to go. This one's all but over, Bart Archer.
Well, indeed it is, and you hate for Justin Bach, who served his community so well, to have it end on this. I mean, there's a 7 spot on the scoreboard, but, you know, you keep your head up. You made some really terrific saves tonight in every goal that seemingly beat you. You know, there wasn't a bad one in the mix, but your heart goes out for Chaska. This is the year that everything was supposed to kind of come together, but they ran into a very motivated and focused Eden Prairie Eagle squad.
Pounding puck up high at the line. Kresbach was there. Lilliard puts some pressure on. Now it's Horton who drives that one back in. Back in behind the net, it's going to be the Hawks as they announce less than a minute. The Eagles wrapping the sticks on the boards. They're feeling good about their effort. Well, they should. It's a nice surge by the Hawks here in the third period. Over to the right wing side, it's going to be Barry with it to the corner as he's watched by Pager. That's Olmscheid, rather. Now he gets it to Thomas, up to the line. Stansberry plays the body there. Horton comes away with it. Plays it to the right wing side for Kresbach. Now it's Kester, left wing side with 24 to go in the period. They work their way through. That one misses the mark on Rosenlund. Now Stansberry to the line, knocked out of the air. Nifty play there by Starkey. Now it's going to be off the right wing side. Thomas with it. Lilliard is there. Stansberry goes down. He gets worked over by Lavelle. And now it's going to be 5 seconds to go in the period. Rolling puck as Kester just says, let's get out of here, and flips it up in the air. And the Eden Prairie Eagles make a statement. Look out, Minnetonka or Holy Family Catholic. You got a club that looked really good here today.
Well, I guess the challenge is to continue that. They know exactly the situation that they're in right now, but they came, and it's a convincing 7-3 win over a very good Chaska Hawk squad. So congratulations to Eden Prairie moving to the right of the bracket. Your heart goes out a little bit for Dave Snuggerud and the Hawks. They have a bevy of seniors on this team that represented their team very, very well. But it is Eden Prairie that's going to move on and face the winner, as you said, of the Holy Angels in Minnetonka. Game which we'll do later on today, but congratulations to Lee Smith
Group
and
hug
the
right
Eagles.
now. It's really great by the Chaska Hawks down in front of their bench. They're all standing with their arms around each other as a group. Coaches are standing off to the side. It's a really special moment there. It's very difficult when the season ends. You work this hard. It's your dream. Minnesota high school hockey, there's nothing like it. And Bart, you know, there's some really good seniors that you like to point out that have been huge contributors to this hockey club.
Well, indeed, it starts with Justin Bach in goal, Blaine Warner, Mike Kester, Billy Bronson, Ethan Benz, Dylan Brazil, Charlie Erickson, Keith Fletcher, and John Starkey. That rounds out the seniors that played their last game for the Hawks. You represented your community well. Be proud of your efforts and your accomplishments. Good luck moving forward into the next batch coming through the Hawks. The path has been laid. It's up to you to continue, because this Chaska squad is trending the right direction in the landscape of Minnesota high school hockey.
Indeed they are. And once again, tonight's coverage presented in part by Brew Pub Pizza, lots of matzah, RJM Construction, Optimal Goalie, also presented in part by Sportsman's Guide, the Herb Brooks Foundation, and, of course, Tradition Companies. For Bart Archer and Pete Wagner, there's your final score. It's Eden Prairie 7, Chaska 3. We'll be back at 7 o'clock, couple of hours. It'll be Minnetonka and Holy Family Catholic here from Raymar Arena. So long, everybody.